I'm your host this evening, King Black Cherry, Mr. Little Caesar's Pizza over there.
Garbage ass pizza, freaking pretzel pizza. It's not even real pretzel. It's just like they put salt on the damn crust. But I'm the real Ant-Man, guys, and I'm here.
Also with me I have Mr. Etep.
Etep, hey man, we're actually all three of us on the show. First time in about over a month, I think.
Yeah, it's been
all three of us are on the show.
Yeah, it's been over a month.
So that's something special.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Special show.
Oh, cheers. How you guys been? I mean, I know we haven't all three talked at the same time to each other.
Doing good, man. Doing good. I enjoyed our weekly watch. I can't say the same for our homework. Bonus assignment? No, that was no bonus, let me tell you. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. How are you, gentlemen?
Pete, you were sick last week.
Yes. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I guess other people know also already. But so I had COVID.
Oh,
I had COVID.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. But I actually had COVID. I thought I was just honestly, I thought I was just a cold or a flu, whatever. I've had flus before, and it felt like that. But I believe, I want to say Friday or somewhere that I lost my taste. My taste.
Yeah.
My taste buds was kind of acting really weird, so I started thinking, I might actually have COVID. And I also was taking NyQuil or whatever, and it wasn't really working at all. So I got tested on Sunday and got results around Monday, and yeah, sure enough, I have COVID. So, I'm now in process of getting better. Of course,
Right.
Last week I was just like
You
crap.
were just dead to the world.
Yeah. No, it was just it sucked. It really sucked. It's pretty much had body aches, cold chills, cough, and congestion, nausea, no lack of appetite. No short breath, which is good. I didn't have that. But yeah, it sucked. It wasn't fun. But I'm glad I got tested though, and I found out if I had COVID, because it's like I said, it's good to know that And now I'm kind of quarantining my stuff right now, so for at least 8 or 10 days. So
how are your parents doing?
Yeah, my parents, everybody around my family is fine. I try to also stay away from them and stay away from my. I was supposed to actually go to my niece's daughter's birthday party this past Saturday. I decided not to go. Thank God, I chose the right decision not to go. So try to stay away from people and all that stuff right now. But I'm doing a lot better though, and that's why I took the last week off too, because of that. Because I did not feel good at all. So and sure enough, that's the reason why. But but overall I'm feeling better. Like I said, I drink a lot of vitamin C, take immunity medications, do all that stuff. If you have it.
That's what I'm doing. Vitamin C, man. Corona.
But
get the lime in there.
Not that vitamin C, and drink a lot of fluids too, and all that stuff.
Good.
But yeah, over-the-counter one thing I noticed though, over-the-counter medication like severe NyQuil such, that does not work whatsoever.
No,
it just works a little bit, and then it just comes right back. So
did you get any medication from the doctors? Any stronger stuff?
Yeah.
But you're feeling better now?
Home. Yeah, I am.
Good. I'm glad to hear that, man.
It's crazy how there's it affects people in different ways, because the fact that you're just now getting over it. I had a friend just last week, pretty much almost the same time as you, that got COVID and got pneumonia at the same time and was dealing with both of them, and he acted like he was on his freaking deathbed.
No, I didn't get that bad. I mean, it wasn't like if it felt like, don't get me wrong, it didn't feel good, but it felt like a flu, like if I had it before. I mean, I've had it times where I'm in my bed resting and sleep, all that stuff. So, but it never got that bad. We're the point where I felt like on my deathbed or something like that. So no, but like I said, maybe it's not severe. I didn't get as severe as other ones, but other people get it. But so I'm guessing I'm one of the lucky ones. But I mean, like I said, it's not like I haven't had no symptoms too. I got my ass kicked, so definitely kicked my ass.
Yeah,
so,
you know what I'm saying? It's no like a easy thing to pass by.
No. Like I said, I think it's just more like let it. You have to let it pass. I mean, drink, like I said, but also drink, vitamin C, medicate, take some immunity pills, zinc, stuff like that. That will help your immunity system and all that. So. And that's what I was doing. So, but yeah, like I said, it's definitely I'm glad that it's practically. I feel like it's kind of going away now. So, I know people were telling me that did not look good whatsoever. Some people looked at me as like, yeah, you don't look good at all, man. So, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, Pete, and I'm glad you're recovering and you recovered okay from it.
Yeah, it's like I said, dude. Like I said, that's why I wasn't doing it. I didn't do last week's show because of that. So
understandable, my friend.
Well, sir,
yeah.
This is to you. I'm changing my drink now.
There you go. See, you got some vitamin C too, man. Some Captain.
And by the way, dude, if you ever do testing, like I went through CVS drive-through and all that. And that's how I did the testing. Like it took a cotton swab, like put on my nose
and touch your brain a little bit, just
almost like you have to put it all the way up there, right?
Put all the way up there, tickle your anus.
No, I'm not tickling my anus.
I would say not tickle your anus, like touch the brain, so it's like right here.
Yeah, just so you gotta like stick it right up there. It's kind of like in Total Recall, when Arnold stick that thing up his nose and all, I got the shit out of his head, just like that, dude, just like that.
Just like that. All right. Glad you're doing better, Pete. Glad you're here with us. Glad you're here with us, Ant, because I know you just moved.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday's Night Watch, and let's get the show started. Breaking news. Do we have anything breaking news-wise this evening? I know there was a Tom Clancy's trailer that released earlier today with Michael B. Jordan called Without Remorse. I posted it earlier today.
It's like a movie, right?
It's a movie coming on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Pretty much, I mean, I don't know. Did you watch it, Ant? That was I kind of
I watched. I just watched a preview of the trailer. I didn't have a chance to actually watch it because I was working. So I saw it pop in my feed, and I was just like, "Oh, okay. Is it a video game or a movie?"
It's a movie.
Okay, it looked live. Oh no, sorry, I was listening to something in my house. No. So yeah, I thought that was a little weird because like normally we don't see Tom Clancy movies. They're more. Yeah. I mean, yes, we see like Sum of All Fears and like stuff like that, but
like
it's not
Jack Ryan as well. Like
yeah,
but it's like nothing like movie wise.
So I was like, oh, is this a new game? But then you just said it's not. So no, you want to do a react to it? Do you have it?
Yeah, give me a second. Do you guys have anything as far as like anything sports realm wise going on? Because I know I don't really, besides the fact that Tom Brady's already back to working out. Well, actually, no, he's taking 6 weeks off. No, he's off until June. Take it back, not 6 weeks. He's off until June because he just had surgery. But Mike Evans is back in the gym working out. I saw Cam Newton's back in the gym working out. Oh, J.J. Watt. Going there to freaking Cardinals.
Oh yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, that is crazy. J.J. Watt going to the Cardinals.
And then you got what's it called? What's his name? Deshaun Watson decided like, you know what? I don't need to play this season.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's like, you know what? I'm prepared to hold out the whole entire season because you guys won't trade me. So you need to get your trade done, and then I'll play. But
okay. I mean, that's one. But I mean, I feel like I always feel that Gamble's not good for. Well, he's a quarterback. I think he'll be fine. But I always feel like that gamble for players does not ever pay off. Look at Le'Veon Bell.
He went to the Jets, and then he went to the
he got paid, but I know, but he's not the same player he used to be. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He's not the same player because he took that year off. I'm not sure if that's gonna pay off. I mean, it might pay off, but in the long term, it might actually be a detriment to his career. So, I mean, like I said, Le'Veon Bell, I don't think it's gonna have that much of a career anymore because of that. What the moves he made.
See. I still think he has an opportunity to be productive in the league.
No, he does. I just think I think those taking a year off is never good for an athlete. You should never, you got to keep on playing.
Well, Antonio Brown's a Super Bowl champion.
What's that?
So Antonio Brown's a Super Bowl champion.
He's a Super Bowl champion not because he won the Super Bowl, because he ended on a Super Bowl team.
That's true, but
let's be honest, man. He ended on a Super Bowl. He didn't really contribute to that team.
Just saying.
I mean, look at what. Okay, you know what? I give him credit though. Like Gronk took a year or something. Look at him, and he still was very productive. So
yeah,
I mean, I guess it all depends, huh?
All depends.
I would say. In Simpsons news, that got renewed for 2 more seasons, so it's going to go through like season 100 and 101, right?
I think it's 32 and 33, or 33.
It's almost close to middle. It's almost close to your age yet.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. What? Sorry, 88 or 89.
It's close to my age right now.
Yeah,
well, it actually is my age.
It's like, how much more of the Simpsons? I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the Simpsons, but how many more seasons of Simpsons can they do, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
They need to keep predicting the future. That's what they need to do. Keep predicting the future, and we'll see where everything lines up and where everything goes.
Simpson Damas, huh? They're always predicting the future, man.
Yeah, but let's check out this trailer. Not put you on solo.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
What we know. Senior Chief Kelly is the 3rd member to be attacked. 3 perps are dead. Also killed was his wife.
They better hope he doesn't survive.
Why's that?
He is more dangerous and effective than any man we have in the field.
These were foreign attacks on U.S. soil.
We have to respond.
I'm gonna make it right. There's something inside of me that I can't turn off. A part of me that won't stop for anything. No remorse. Has it occurred to you that perhaps John Kelly has done something we can't? Some situations warrant thinking outside the box. Give me a name.
He was supposed to be dead.
Give me a name.
So I'm getting some, you guys back? So I'm getting some heavy Punisher / Bourne vibes from that movie.
Yes. For sure. Definitely indeed. Which is not bad.
No, which isn't bad at all.
No.
It's me, guys, we're pretty much all in black.
The what?
Yeah.
Is it me or is it just my screen, or it looks like the whole thing is in black?
What are you talking about?
It's dark?
I'm saying we have a black screen. That's all I don't see anything. Oh, there you are.
Oh, okay. Let's say you can't see us. Oh, are you watching it on Facebook? Or are you watching it on?
Watching it on my screen.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, it refreshed right for me. What is up, Mr. Shiflet? How you doing this evening?
Yeah.
Anyway,
it seems fine.
trailer looks pretty good. I don't know how. Aren't you supposed to like get out of the car and turn it on fire instead of going light it on fire and get in the fucking car? It's not like that. Doesn't
Well, that's called putting the heat on the guy.
Yeah.
Putting the heat on yourself. Like, I mean, the car has gasoline, man.
But he does it without remorse. So come on.
Yeah, he doesn't care if he dies in the process. He wants a name. Okay.
Okay.
If he gets
I guess he's doing it without brain cells too in the process, right? Without brain cells. Like, dude, no, don't get me wrong. The movie looks badass. Just that scene itself, I'm like, yeah, you don't want to get in a fucking car on fire, for God's sakes.
No, you don't. And Shauna, I will be seeing Raya and the Last Dragon Friday. To answer your
I was actually thinking about taking the fam to go to the theater. The local theater to go watch that movie. Yeah, it looks really good.
The movie.
So you're not gonna do the whole Disney $30, stay at home?
No, it'd be cheaper for me to go to the theater. Plus,
you're right. It will be cheaper to go to the theater.
Plus, I'll watch it again on Disney Plus when it comes to was it June 4th? Around my birthday, I think it comes out.
Yes.
Is there a movie theater in your area, Ant?
I mean, I probably have to go like 10, 15 miles to get to one, but yeah. There's an AMC.
There is a movie theater in your area.
Yeah, there's an AMC in a couple towns south.
Is he going to get an AMC Stubs? Ooh.
Maybe once all the movies start coming back, I will. But as of right now, if it's like, I mean, dude, could you imagine going to the theater to watch Tom and Jerry? Holy shit! I would shit would have went down.
I would have been like, no, this that would be like a Slender Man moment for me.
How about that? What was that Muppet movie you watched where they were like the porno Muppet movie?
Happy Time Murders.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the Melissa McCarthy one?
Yeah, that was with that one. All right. Since that seems to be it in breaking news, let's just go on to This Week in Gaming subscriptions.
Okay, so we got a really awesome month from PlayStation Plus. You got the Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4, Farpoint, Remnant from the Ashes, and then for PS5 you have Maquette. I think I said that right.
Yep.
Not 100% sure, but all of them pretty good games. So very good there. I'm looking to see what's on the PS Now because they just announced that World War Z, Ace Combat 7, Infamous Second Son, Super Hot have joined PS Now, and then Game Pass we got coming tomorrow. Madden 21 just came out yesterday. March 4th, which is tonight, they'll be available. You have Football Manager 2021, which is football, not actual football. It is Soccer Manager. Then there's NBA 2K21 will be available as well. And then later on in the month, Star Wars Squadrons will be available. And then next month, and NHL 21 will be available.
I mean, that's pretty cool. Squadrons. Not gonna lie.
That is very cool. And also, I'm looking forward to playing 2K21. It's been a long time since I played an NBA game. So,
you had 2K20 for free last year.
On what? On Xbox?
Yeah.
Did I play it? I don't think I played it, though.
Oh.
I probably should have. Well, I'm actually excited about football right now. Basketball right now. So,
yeah, because you guys are
the Knicks are actually good.
Yeah, right now. Exactly. So, so Sunless Sea is available on Epic Games Store. Oh, speaking of which, is that in the slide? Epic?
No.
Okay.
Epic bought. What is the company name?
Give me a second.
The Fall Guys developer. They bought Fall Guys,
which is actually pretty huge news because that is a pretty big game on PlayStation. And it's Mediatonic who makes it. And honestly, Epic Games has really positioned themselves to be the place to go to play family-friendly online games.
Yeah.
Like the big ones too. You got like Fortnite, Rocket League, and Fall Guys. I mean, that's like 3 of your biggest online games. That's like that are family friendly. I mean, yes, you have your Call of Duty, but that's a mature rated game.
What
So
if they ended up getting like Fall Guys?
get what?
Not Fall Guys. Among Us. There you go.
Oh man, if they bought Among Us, they would be. I don't know if Among Us would sell though. They have to be like raking in cash right now.
I mean, I thought freaking wasn't Psionic and then or not
That's
Psionic.
true. You would think Psionic from Rocket League, they were raking in cash. I just think that there was too much money on the table that they couldn't say no. Because I think they probably had a bidding war between Epic and EA. I think EA was trying to buy them at some point as well.
I think so, yeah. Nice.
But I mean, as long as to me, as long as they leave it available for all the consoles. Well, now I mean, Epic Fall Guys wasn't coming. They just got announced for multiple consoles, but I think it should be free to play though. I think it will be.
Yeah, it will be. It should be. I mean, that's like a 1v100 game, to be honest with you, and it's actually really a lot of fun.
Because to me, like games like that, the more people playing, the better they are, and just make cosmetics, just like battle passes. People will buy it. So
which they're doing right now. So
perfect. The free game next week for Epic Games is Wargame Red Dragon, which looks like a military game, kind of like Command and Conquer, but it looks like graphically it looks fantastic. I just clicked in and never heard of the company that made it, Eugen Systems, but if you're into RTSs, it looks fantastic. So
okay.
I would download it, give it a try. RTSs usually play better on PC anyways, so definitely something to look into. But that's what I got for gaming subscriptions.
Sweet. All right, on to the next one. Totally forgot to do that picture, but it's okay.
Mark says Squadrons looks fun. What's Squadrons?
Squadrons is the Star Wars game that's in the vein of Rogue Squadron. The only issue I have with the game, I haven't played it yet, but you can't play with your ship in third person. You have to be in cockpit mode, which I don't know if necessarily. I like to be able to see my ship when I'm maneuvering, and so I don't know if that's going to ruin the experience, but we'll find out.
I mean, it was fun. It's fun. I'm not gonna.
But you probably played in VR, so it's
no.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I mean, it's out now, and I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get copyright claim for this. Whatever. Yes, we NDA. I played it back in last July. They gave me a code to like, test the game out and whatnot. I was playing it for like over a weekend, and it was actually a lot of fun. You're in cockpit mode, yes, but like you're moving around and whatnot, flying everything, having your team with you is actually a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed the game. Unfortunately enough, I did not buy it because I was waiting for it to come out on like EA Play or something like that in order for me to actually really play it. And plus, it's better on PC, and I will actually play it in VR once it comes on EA Play on PlayStation 4.
You'll have to let me know how it if you get it on PlayStation. You'll have to let me know how it is in VR because like that game to me would be pretty cool in VR.
Yeah. I mean, like, I played the Star Wars Battlefront VR mission with VR. I thought it was freaking amazing.
So so Mark just said I like Midnight Run in car mode. So honestly, Ryan Shiflett, who's a friend of the podcast over here, he actually has got me to try racing games in the cockpit mode or whatever you want to call it in car mode because he said that it looks better. So I've been playing Dirt 5 in car mode, and it's actually pretty cool. It's weird because I don't normally play it that way, but it's cool, like seeing like the dirt splashing up and the rain hitting your window, and it's a different experience, and it's pretty awesome how the developers make it so like when you're doing like when you're shifting gears, like you actually see it, and when you're pulling up the handbrake, you see all the stuff going on in the car, and I'm like, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, different experience entirely.
It really is. It's definitely experiencing a game differently.
All right, so going to the next one. Might as well just do this. This one's for Pete here. What is today, gentlemen? Today is March 3rd. You know what happened on March 3rd?
What happened on March 3rd.
I don't know what happened on March 3rd.
The Switch came out 4 years ago.
Happy birthday, Nintendo Switch.
Wow,
Legend
So Ryan asked me earlier what I bought my Switch for its birthday, and I told him I haven't even turned the damn thing on since September. So, and he called me neglectful of my child, and I was like, okay.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, happy birthday, Nintendo Switch.
What is it? 3 years old now?
4.
4? 4?
4?
Really?
Yeah.
4?
It seems like we should have more games than in that 4 years.
Well, from Nintendo.
Last
Let's say that from Nintendo we should have more games, but because I gotta admit this is probably the biggest third-party offering we've gotten on a Nintendo console since the Super Nintendo. I mean,
Super Nintendo. Yeah,
Zelda and then snoring. I mean, there's been other games. We can't say that. Smash Brothers, very good.
Odyssey.
Yes, Mario Odyssey was good. Chris, Sword and Shield, how are they?
I never finished it.
Now I gotta say though, the new Pokemon looks fantastic. Legends.
Yes. Well, the remake of Emerald and what's it called? I forgot the other one.
He bought it SpongeBob and Planetscape. There you go. Good Nintendo.
Good Nintendo indeed. All right, so I'm gonna say what I've bought on it, like overall. Okay, so I'd say Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. That was a good pickup. That was a good experience. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Okay, I'll give you that. Fortnite, of course. Tetris 99. That was a good multiplayer game. Pokemon Shield. It was good. It was just when you have so many other games. There are games. It's just not enough.
No, it's not enough. Not
enough from Nintendo, and not enough variety from Nintendo that we want. I feel like, and yes, Nintendo has a ton of games on there. I do want to play Bravely Default 2. If you know me, you know my affinity for RPG games, especially turn-based ones, and I'm such a big fan of Octopath Traveler that came out on the Switch. So I am very excited to play Bravely Default at some point.
Now, let me ask you something, guys. Do you think that I think the first party definitely could have been much more in the Switch. I think the third party support definitely got way more third party support than I want to say since in the Super Nintendo. I think you guys are right. Yeah. But the first party support has been kind of weak in this system compared to even Wii U for I thought. I think
So while the Switch Lite is not a horrible deal for $199, it kind of ruins the whole point of having a Switch, and that's being able to play it on my TV and on the go. So I would rather spend the extra $100 and have that option. Personally, me.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8's still great. I can't argue with Mario Kart 8. That's still the best Mario Kart.
Mario Kart
that came out on the Wii U though. That was a Wii U game.
There's been nothing besides Legend of Zelda. I'll even throw in Animal Crossing. There's nothing been like big hitters on a Switch besides a couple, maybe I'd say 5 games.
I think okay, like we're talking about from Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about from Nintendo, and I think their big problem is, and you guys kind of hit on it, is that there's too many Wii U ports on it. Like how many original Nintendo developed / published games for the Switch are there? Like that are huge hitters. You can't even count Breath of the Wild technically.
Yeah, you can't.
No, I can't because that was a Wii U game.
Yeah, that's true.
Mario Odyssey.
Splatoon 2, excellent game. I gotta say that is an excellent game.
Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Smash Brothers, great game.
What was that? What was I thinking?
Pokemon Sword and Shield. You gotta agree. Like,
Arms.
there you go.
Arms.
That's not a horrible game either. Let's Go Pikachu. I enjoyed that one.
Arms
is a good one. That's a good one, Pete. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's a very good game.
Yeah.
That's original. Bravely Default 2, like Ryan just said. Now, don't get me wrong. You got games like the new Mario game that just came out, the 3D World. It's a port, but it has online, which the original didn't have. That's an awesome collection. That I love that collection.
Well, you know what's funny though, Ant, is so the Wii U didn't really sell very well at all.
No.
You know, when it comes to games or in systems, right? It seems to me all they did was Nintendo was, because those games did not so well, let's just take all those, port those on the Switch, and also come up with the other games on the Switch.
Well, as a company and as a business decision, it's smart. I mean, especially when you're struggling. It's a smart business decision. There's not a lot of development work you need to make. A lot of people didn't play them, and everything sells on the Switch, so why not? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's a little part of me that's sad that I'm no longer a Nintendo fanboy. I wish I could go back to being one. I don't know at what point I just stopped being one, but it's I've just moved on.
You know what the problem is though, too, Ant, is if they had a new Metro game, if they had a new because
they don't even need a new one. They just need freaking the Trilogy HD, and I would be happy.
I'm saying though, if they had the new Metro game or or just something like a brand new IP or brand new game that we haven't seen in a while and totally kind of revolutionized, like Zelda revolutionized, like Breath of the Wild revolutionized Zelda. I think we have a different conversation. I think when it comes to games, you know what I'm saying? We'll look at that.
I mean, the one thing I can't take away from them, though, is they pulled in indie games. They pulled in third-party support like no one's business. Like, they have fantastic games on there that I never thought we would see on there. I never thought in the world we would see Witcher 3 on that system. And they pulled it off amazingly, too.
Yeah. Or anything like that.
What was that?
Or Doom.
Yeah, Doom. Yeah, there you go. That's another one. It's like there's games on there that I never thought they would pull off, and I got to give them props. They did it. They are very well, and good job for them. And it honestly, this is one generation you can own a Nintendo console, and you really don't need to own another console. Which you can never say that prior. I can tell you that. Now, if you want to have a good online experience, yes, you do have to own another console. But that's a different story for a different day. Happy birthday, Switch! Though I got some loving out of you for the first 2.5 years. So
I think Nintendo is at the cusp of actually being a legitimate competitor if they can just get their bunch of first-party games. They now got the third-party support. They get better online. They're there actually when it comes to.
Dude, when I heard their servers were running on Windows 98 computers, that just made me chuckle, because me and Chris have always said that they have ancient hardware for online, and I'm like, dude, they're still using Windows 98. Come on.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, dude, you're right though. They just when it comes to online, they're so behind. It's ridiculous.
Honestly, man, I know that I've been touting Microsoft a lot, but they are really in position for cloud gaming. With Stadia pretty much dropping out, and I don't know how Luna's gonna do. Dude, Microsoft is put themselves in a pretty decent position for cloud gaming, and Nintendo really should be trying to get to that point too, because I really feel like that's the next wave. Oh, I forgot about Fire Emblem. That's a good one. Luigi's Mansion's another good one. Torna's the expansion for that one. But yep, that's good as well.
Astral Chain actually is a game that I really want to play.
I want to play Astral Chain too. There was another one that came out around that time that was the Machina X Damon. That was pretty good too. I've heard Ring Fit is really good, but it's just hard for me to spend $80 on a game that's like that.
It ridiculously fast. Anyway,
it does. It's like the Wii Fit.
Wii Fit. You know what? Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was pretty fun too, Ant.
Oh, Damon Ox Machina. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was fun. I mean,
that was a fun game, guys. You can't say that was not.
You didn't buy it before we went to Tampa Bay Comic-Con, but until after you played it online, and you're like, oh yeah, I think I might buy this.
Which one was that? Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember
before that? Actually, I thought I think I did. I think there's another game that I can't remember what the other game was, but I'm pretty sure I thought I'd buy it because I really want to play it. Ultimate Alliance 3. So I mean, it could be wrong though.
Because I thought that was the first time you playing it, and then after you playing it, you're like, you know what? I actually want to buy this.
I can't remember. Was it that game or was it something else? I thought it was something else, Chris. I could be wrong though.
It was The Boys, wasn't it? You watching The Boys? Didn't you never watch The Boys before then?
I think that's what it was. I think The Boys is where I got hooked. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, this show's really good. Let me watch it. You know, still had to watch season 2 though. So
I even finished season 2, and I'm like the late bloomer on that one. What the heck? Come on.
Finish, another season of a TV series. I'm trying to finish a TV series.
Let me guess. Hold on. The Wire.
I can't tell you that, Ant. Yeah, I can keep it surprise. What I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to watch later.
The Wire.
Man.
It's The Wire.
The Wire. All right, moving on. Happy birthday, Nintendo Switch. So the Golden Globes were Sunday.
They were.
The
big winners?
The big winners. We're going to go with Best Picture, Drama, Nomadland.
So I started watching that on my lunch break the other day, and it's good so far. Now, just for all you Marvel fans out there, the director of Nomadland is directing the Eternals, or already directed the Eternals, should I say. I think it's going to be quite a different movie, though, from what she normally directs, because this movie is, from what I've seen of it so far, it was probably the first 15 or 20 minutes. It's very, real. Let's put it that way. It's not, it feels like you are like in this character's life. It's very like everyday stuff that like we would do. Like it's about we don't live in a van, but basically is it Frances McDermott? Is that who plays the main character?
I want to say yes.
Okay, she is she's basically in this town. They used to make sheetrock, and for some reason the company went under, and that was basically what this town was this factory. So the whole entire they actually lost so many people there that they lost their zip code. So then she started working at an Amazon. Yeah, because I guess the people had to move out because they didn't have jobs. So anyway, she's now living in a van in RV parks, and she's working at an Amazon warehouse as a temp job. But and again, like I said, obviously we're not living out of vans and stuff like that, but it's real life stuff, like where she's working at an Amazon warehouse, and like you're dealing with, stuff like we would have dealt with in retail or in a warehouse setting or stuff like that. So it feels really down to earth and really real. Again, like I don't know how that's going to translate into the Avengers into Eternals, because I heard most of her stuff is like that, where it's like a very like, real picture of life, in movie form. So, but did she win Best Director too?
Don't see it here. Hold on, I gotta go to it.
Have a good night, Ryan. You could always play Ring Fit and watch us at the same time. Just saying.
Ooh.
Or you could walk with us on your phone. We're here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Why not?
Best performance, blah, 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 blah.
Multitask.
Best director, Chloe Zhao, Nomadland. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I could tell already from the first 20 minutes that it's fantastically directed. I could tell it's going to be a good movie. I need to finish it. I was doing it because I know it's going to be nominated, and we watch them every year. So I'm like, might as well get ahead of the game. So yeah, I started watching it already, and I like it so far. I think it's gonna be a good movie.
All right. Sounds good. All right, so next up, Best Picture Musical Comedy, Borat 2.
Have you watched it, Chris?
No, not yet.
Did you like the first one?
Yeah, I enjoyed the first one.
I'm not really a Sacha Baron Cohen fan, so I don't know if I might give it a chance, but I don't really find his humor funny.
His serious roles are actually really good.
Yeah, I'm sure they are, but I like his comedy. I'm not a fan of, so that's why.
Did you ever see Sweeney Todd?
Yeah, he was good in Sweeney Todd.
Nope, never seen Sweeney Todd.
And he was good in Les Miserables too.
Yeah,
he was pretty good. Yeah.
Les Miserables, was that with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, Les Mis. Yeah.
I seen some of that. I seen like some of the songs. I never watched it like in its entirety.
Yeah, he can actually sing. He's actually pretty talented. I'm not gonna lie.
He's talented, you know. I think you think of him as that ridiculous Borat character, but he's actually pretty talented.
Yeah, very talented. Best TV series, drama, The Crown. Best TV series, musical or comedy, Schitt's Creek. Best actor, movie, drama, Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best actress, movie, drama, Andra Day, The United States versus Billy,
which is available on Hulu. So if anybody wants to watch that, it's a Hulu movie, as is Nomadland. So just to give you guys a heads up, and whatchamacallit, the Borat 2's on Amazon. So those were all exclusive movies that you can watch on those streaming platforms.
And Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is on Netflix.
Netflix, yeah. So big time streaming movies sweeping it this year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what other options were there? And nobody was going to the theaters.
Gotta watch Sonic. Bad boys for life, baby.
You got what's it called here? Best actor, movie or musical, Sacha Baron Cohen for Borat 2. Best actress, movie or musical, Rosamund Pike for I Care a Lot on Netflix.
Have you watched that, Chris?
No, not yet. Best actor, TV drama, The Crown. Best actress, TV drama, The Crown, Emma Corrin and Josh O'Connor. Best actor, TV/musical, Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso. Never seen that. Best actress.
That's FX. I think that's what that's on.
I think so. Best actress, TV, musical, or comedy, Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek. Best actor, limited series, TV/movie, Mark Ruffalo, I Know This Much Is True. Best actress, limited series/TV movie, Anna Taylor-Joy, The Queen's Gambit.
Deserving.
Best supporting actor, any movie, Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah. Well deserved. Best supporting actress in any movie, Jodie Foster. I don't want to butcher this. I can't say that.
I look at it and I want to say The Manchurian, but it's not The Manchurian. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Meridian. No, that's not it either. I have no idea. I don't want to butcher it, and I sound very illiterate while trying to say it out. So, best animated film, Soul. Best foreign
deserving,
Minari. And that's pretty much it for the big ones wise. So, what do we think we're going to have to watch for?
I think Nomadland's definitely going to be nominated for an Oscar.
We may have to watch Borat too.
I don't know if that's going to get nominated unless are they going to do the 10 movies? If they do 10 movies, then it'll get nominated.
I might do 10 movies, yeah.
I don't know right now though. That's like a movie that normally wouldn't get nominated by the Oscars, and the only reason that gets nominated, the only reason that gets nominated is because of whatchamacallit, the musical comedy section it has.
Yeah.
So the Oscars are weird though, because they have 10 nominations, but sometimes they don't choose to nominate 10 movies. It'll be sometimes 8 or something.
Which is really weird. You think you'd just go ahead and just throw in, even if the movies aren't going to win. So I have predictions from Variety Magazine. Do you guys want to hear what the best picture predictions are?
What's up?
Yeah.
So the number one prediction is Nomadland, of course. Then The Trial of the Chicago 7.
I figured that would be up there.
Minari, which is the foreign film.
Yep.
Promising Young Woman.
Figured that would be up there.
One Night in Miami.
That was a good movie.
News of the World.
That's with Tom Hanks.
Correct. Sound of Metal.
That's with God, I can't see his name.
Riz Ahmed.
Yes.
The
bad guy in Venom.
Yes. Judas and the Black Messiah. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Yeah, figured.
And that's the top 9. Then they have a next in line predictions, which is The Father, Mank, The Five Bloods, Soul, First Cow, The Mauritanian, something like that. On the Rocks, Malcolm and Marie, Another Round, Hillbilly Elegy, and Palm Springs. That's like their top 20 predictions. So yeah, I and Borat wasn't even in there. That just doesn't seem like an Oscar movie to me. That's why I don't think that it's going to be in there.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I could definitely see the top 9 for sure. I could see all those. I mean, it'd be a hard case for any one of those not to make it. The Promising Young Woman movie. Who's that with?
I forgot her name, but it came out in December.
It's not Margot Robbie.
No, it's not.
Carey Mulligan, is that her?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, that's on Netflix, right?
I think it's on Netflix maybe now.
Okay. Yeah, I know The Sound of Metal was Amazon. I don't know what News of the World was, but
News of the World came out in theaters, to be honest with you, and it's still in theaters now.
okay.
With Tom Hanks, right? The Western, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what their predictions are. So we'll see. I think they pushed back the date though. I think it's the end of this month when nominations are coming out.
Yeah, probably.
Well, they pushed it back because of COVID and all that stuff. Usually, I think the Oscars come around this time of year. Actually, it should
happen end of February.
March 15th is when they're going to announce the nominations. So
we'll talk about that actually next week.
Yeah, 12 days.
12 days. Well, no, never mind.
Two more weeks. But yeah, we'll be talking about that in 2 more weeks for sure.
I mean, do you think this year, of course, is a little weak compared to last year? I mean, it's understandable, why, because of the circumstances. But I know last year we watched, I don't know almost 8 of the 9 nominated movies and all that stuff. I thought they were all excellent and all that stuff. Or do you think there's definitely a movie out there that is definitely up to par, or even as good, or if not better than what we watched last year?
You know what, Pete? To be honest with you, I don't think. Yes, there has been a shift in movie releases and whatnot, but I think that all the movies I've seen get nominated, I'm looking at the list here, and it's like each and every single one of them, yes, they don't have as much as cast in there, but they still stepped up and got the movie out. Dealing with Mank and what that was actually, what it took to actually do that and whatnot, and it's still for them to come out. Yeah, granted, it may already been made before COVID ran wild and whatnot, and Netflix ended up buying it. But a lot of these movies are on streaming sites right now because of the fact that the companies already bought them.
Yeah.
Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon bought them. Coming to America 2 coming out this Friday, Amazon bought that for, I forgot how much money, but it was quite a bit. And that was actually supposed to come out in theaters. So it all depends on the fact of oh yeah, we have this movie sitting here on the shelf, but we don't know how we're going to get it out, and we want to get it out. Okay, so Amazon, you come in. Netflix, you come in to offer your money, or however the case may be. I think I want to say, companies will offer so much money just to have that product on their thing. Look at the fact that I know it's not movie wise, but Stadia gave up millions of dollars to have Red Dead Redemption 2 on Stadia, and
that's crazy.
And
that is crazy.
So it all depends on who's willing to pony up the money and make it happen.
Yeah, like I said, I'm more looking forward to hopefully when theaters fully reopen to get movies back in the theaters. I don't mind streaming channels doing well for themselves and having their own movies and all that stuff, but it's definitely a different experience watching a movie in a theater than it is at home.
100%.
It's 2 different things, and I think movies need to be or meant to be watched in the theater. Like I say, it's not
some
meant
definitely
to
are.
What's that?
Some definitely are.
No, some definitely are, but I do think most movies, or at least legitimate Hollywood movies, are meant to watch in the theater.
Yes.
And I feel like we need to get back to that because, like I said, I don't mind all these streaming sites watching these movies, but somehow it doesn't feel right. I don't know what it does. Sometimes watching it in a small screen or watching a streaming compared to watching a big blockbuster movie in the theaters, it's two different things. So I'm ready for this. I'm ready to do all this. Be back to hopefully in a few months, we get back to that. So, but like I said, because I feel like some of these movies, I haven't watched any of these movies, but they feel smaller compared to some of the other.
They're maybe smaller in scale, but they still able to still get the job done, kind of a thing.
No, don't get me wrong. They're not. It's nothing to say that they're not good movies. It's nothing to say that quality is not. The quality is there, but it do feel like small. Like for instance, 4v Ferrari felt like last year we watched it felt like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
It felt like a real biopic Hollywood movie. Something.
Once upon a time in Hollywood, it felt
the
same exact way.
But I feel like none of these movies are sticking out to me, saying like, "Oh man, these are something I got to go watch all of them."
Yeah,
could be wrong. I'll give them a shot. Of course, I'm going to watch some of these movies, but it doesn't give me that excitement I had last year. Last year I had a really good excitement with some of these movies. I'll tell you what, there's what was it? A Parasite though, completely surprised me last year. That's a great movie and all that stuff. Hopefully, there's that surprise movie this year that we get to see out of all these nominations. That really, because a lot of times that's the great thing about Hollywood. You see this one movie that really opens your eyes. And you're like, holy crap! I mean, hell, you had the same experience I think last year, Chris, with 1917.
Yeah.
Watching that movie because that really was a piece of work when it comes to cinematography and filming, directing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 1917 was amazing.
Have you even watched that yet?
Yeah, I watched 1917.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen every movie.
Yeah, some guys.
I've seen every movie last year except for Little Women, that was nominated. So.
Yeah, that's all I didn't see. Too. Little Women, that's the only one. Nothing against Little Women. I think it's because of the remake. That's why I wasn't so crazy about it. Well, let me ask you something, guys. Now, Chris, did you watch Parasite also?
I ended up watching it.
Did you watch Parasite last year?
I ended up watching it recently. I actually did like it.
Okay. Let me ask you something though. I've always wanted to know: do you think Sam Mendes should have won Best Director? Or do you think it was right for the director of Parasite to win him? Because not to say which movie is better, but directing wise, who should have won that?
Sam Mendes.
I 100% agree.
Who did win it? Was it the person from Parasite?
The director who won Parasite.
Yeah, I know. Sam Mendes should have got that.
I 100% agree too.
The difficulty that they had to go through to shoot that movie and to make sure everything lined up syncly and make it seem like it was all shot in one shot when we all know it wasn't. That is just done so beautifully, and the camera work, the lighting, different effects. Even in fact, when it was like pitch black dark, you were able to see everything that was going on. The movie was fantastic.
I thought, to me though, I think 1917, that was all on the director. All that work was on the director. I mean, the actors are good, but even the story is good. But really, the director made that movie. If it wasn't from Sam Mendes and his directing, that movie it's just a war movie. It's just a plain war movie in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? But because of his directing, the way he directed that movie's special because of that.
Yeah.
Now, Parasite, I think if you look at storytelling and just original storytelling and all that stuff, that movie is awesome because I've never seen a movie like that. I thought, I really, changed. I did not expect. I was very surprised watching that movie. So that's all in like whoever wrote the script or everything about that. That was excellent in that sense. So, but yeah. I just kind of want to see that because I kind of agree with you. And that's why I think I hate about the awards show sometimes. It's like they always pick certain things. I don't know if it's because of politics or whatever, but it's not the right winners and all that. And in that case, I saw Sam Mendes should have definitely won Best Director last year. So,
like, to be perfectly honest with you, I think it should have been Ryan Johnson versus Sam Mendes. I think Knives Out got snubbed. I think it was,
that's another great movie too last year that should have got some sort of net recognition too.
If Ryan Johnson got put up there with Best Director along with Sam Mendes, I'll honestly be like conflicted on. I don't know which one would have picked, because the fact of like everything that Sam Mendes did with Knives Out, and then with not Sam Mendes, but Ryan Johnson did with Knives Out, and what Sam Mendes did with 1917, I would have a difficult time choosing, because both stories were told so very well. Both movies were very well done. I just have a very hard time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why sometimes award shows drive me nuts. The Golden Globes and Oscars drive me nuts, because I always feel, regardless of who, like what they do or who they always choose the wrong winners. I mean, there's some that are just straight up obvious, like, oh, that guy's definitely the best actor. That guy's definitely the best whatever actress, director, or whatever, or best movie, definitely. But most of the time, I mean, I remember that one year, I think 1997, Shakespeare in Love won over like Saving Private Ryan. I'm like, what the hell were they thinking, man? Saving Private Ryan is a classic movie. Shakespeare in Love, nobody even talks about to this day. Nobody even talks about this movie, and that for some reason they picked that.
That's why.
just like stuff like that just drive me nuts. I can never take these award shows seriously at all, because they never seem to pick the right movies. It's always like some sort of stupid fartsy movie that nobody really cares about, instead of something that's actually a great cinematic masterpiece. And for some reason, they ignore it for this other thing because it appeals to the voters or whoever the hell they come up with. And it just like, that's why sometimes I can never take these award shows seriously. They always seem to get it wrong, and they always seem to, like I said though, like I don't know how many times can you think of movies that definitely got snubbed or people got snubbed and you're like, what the hell, man? What were they thinking, man?
I mean, people getting snubbed. I think Knives Out got snubbed. I would say, what was another one? I think when Denzel was nominated for The Hurricane, I think he got snubbed then.
Oh, he did great in The Hurricane. I'll give you that. He was awesome in that movie. I'll be honest, though, I think that's enough for Malcolm X back in the day. I could be wrong, though. I think he got snubbed for Malcolm X, but it could have been Al Pacino for Scent of a Woman. So I might have been wrong. If it was that year, that was definitely a close one. But I think his performance as Malcolm X was spot on. I know, like, I'm trying to think about some other movies. Like I think that one year over there, what was it? Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption. That's really a toss-up. Like, you could have gotten to all three, either one of them. Yeah, all three of them were classics.
I think David Fincher definitely has gotten snubbed through the years. Has he even won a Best Director yet?
What?
I don't think he has.
David Fincher? If he has, it was probably for Social Network, but I don't think he did that year either.
No, he didn't. He didn't do it.
How about the Scorsese? He got snubbed so many times, except for The Departed.
I mean, Scorsese. Boom, there you go. He only won.
Capra should have won for Wolf of Wall Street. That was tremendous. That scene. Or he won. I don't think he won.
He won for Revenant.
Wolf of Wall Street. He won for the Revenant.
Yeah,
but I think it's well deserving that him winning for the Revenant also. But yeah, dude, it's like I said, man. I could go on and on about like snubs from like award shows and all that stuff, and it's just like, like I said, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth because you're like, they never get this shit right at all. So rarely do they get it right.
Very, very rarely. All right,
and you look like very perplexed over there.
I'm just reading the 7 movies that Fincher should have won, or not should have won, but could have won Best Directing.
Which ones? The Social Network is probably.
They had 7: Fight Club, Zodiac, Benjamin Button, Social Network, Girl Dragon Tattoo, and Gone Girl.
He didn't win
I'll
for
be
Gone.
honest.
For which one?
Gone Girl?
No.
Wow.
You know, it's funny though. And I know you're gonna, the answer, but his best movie and his best work to me is Social Network.
Oh, I no, that's fine. My favorite movie from him is Fight Club, but
No, don't get me wrong.
but is that his best movie? Maybe not. I just think that's the most pop culture like aware movie, maybe. That movie is that like Seven's amazing, but Fight Club is to me what put his name on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said though, I don't think it's. I want to say it's my favorite movie from him, but I think Social Network is his best. To me, it's his best work. I felt like.
Yeah, to pull
like
the
his best
performances
work.
out of those actors.
His best well, okay. David Fincher is a great actor. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing against him whatsoever. I think Social Network was his best movie to digest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight Club
exactly.
was kind of messed up in the head. Seven also kind of the same way. What's another one he did? Mink. I didn't see Mink. Gone Girl was really fucked up.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like most of his
Those
movies
Girl
are
with the
very
Dragon
dark.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It was good. Don't get me wrong, but it was slow to get to where it was going to go.
It was.
The payoff was great and everything, but I feel like Social Network with how how Jesse Eisenberg was talking and Andrew Garfield with their connection with each other, and then you throw in freaking Justin Timberlake in there who can actually freaking act, and you're like, okay, all right, this is actually pretty good.
I think the reason why Social Network was so great too is the fact that it actually was like the movie of the decade when it comes to like
Facebook,
not the decade, but it's like it's pretty much speaking the times.
Yeah,
with social media and everything else, and the way, like, I felt like the nerds, the kids, the people who grew up nerds are now running pretty much the world.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much what it is, and that's kind of how the whole movie is really. How these kids who were like, people didn't respect in high school and middle school now are running the world, but then themselves they're jerks themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because them, getting empowered, they still are jerks themselves. So it just was a test of it spoke to the times and all that stuff, and it also spoke the fact that how like it's called a social network, but they're so socially awkward still, no matter how much money they had and what they've done and all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that movie is such a great movie. And I think, to me, like when you talk about Fincher and all, I think that's probably, like I said, that might be his best work. His best work, not to say that his like you said, and like Fight Club and all that stuff. I'm talking about when it comes to a Hollywood movie, when it comes to a movie that people can easily watch. That's definitely it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Fight Club's definitely, like I was saying, is his most like pop culture aware movie, I would say. And then, I would agree with Social Network's probably his best work.
Yeah. All right, moving on. So, this news just sprung up. Superman reboot in the works with J.J. Abrams.
Like just being very still?
No, he's frozen.
Oh, okay. Pete, let it go, man. Let it go. Superman reboot. Do we need this? Is this something we need?
Honestly, no. But we're getting it. And J.J. Abrams is like, here, take my money.
This is why I can't get behind DC, man. This is the stuff they do. It's not like we're like 25 movies deep and they're like, Iron Man really needs a reboot, guys.
And then the reports are there's going to be a black Superman.
Yeah, but I don't care about that. I just like, it's like, do we need? I mean, is it gonna be Michael B. Jordan? Because that's been the rumor for years.
Well, he pitched the idea to Warner Brothers initially, and they turned him down. And now all of a sudden, they're like, we may want to do this now. So it's possible he may be tied to it.
Okay, I just think that you should just move on with a different character. Do another Kryptonian. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, just
Supergirl, which they're already going to put in freaking not Shazam, but Flash.
I mean, they could literally pick anybody from the planet of Krypton. Literally anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird. It's just weird to me that like they're rebooting their main character. Oh, you know, it's more like this. They're like, okay, here's a perfect example of how to do it, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
You take Falcon and you make him Captain America. See, that's how you do it. You don't say, "Oh, we're rebooting Captain America." just like, could you imagine if they did that with Black Panther though? Because they'd be like, "Oh, you know, we're just gonna reboot Black Panther because Chadwick is passed away, unfortunately." No, you continue the story and you pass the torch.
But I think I get that, but maybe we don't get a new Superman though. Maybe we still get Henry Cavill, and we'll just go with a different direction than what Henry was doing. That could still.
I'll be okay with that. We'll talk there. We'll talk there. We can. I can come to an agreement there. Let's get a different Superman in here. Let's have this whole multiverse thing, go on. You still haven't earned my trust back yet, DC. You still have a lot of work to do. Firing Amber Heard would go a long ways. That crazy woman.
I think that's actually happening.
Yeah, that'll go a long way because I don't know. Me personally, I feel Johnny Depp is the victim in this whole thing. And
100%.
But it is what it is. I'm not going to go further on that subject tonight. That's for a different night. But yeah, they have a lot of work to do. We'll get to talking about WandaVision in a minute, but man, Marvel's firing on all cylinders after a year off.
Yeah, they're. I mean, they're coming out strong, and we don't know what's going to happen with DC yet. I mean, Flash is filming soon. We got what's it called coming out in a couple weeks. That one movie.
Suicide Squad?
No, we got that one movie coming out in a couple weeks that you like to hate on, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, jeez.
Coming out in 2 weeks from Thursday.
Is Pete coming back?
2 weeks from tomorrow? I don't know.
Oh!
What?
Rumor fresh off the press.
What?
We have the Switch Pro model.
No fucking way.
Bloomberg is reporting that a new Switch model will have a 7-inch Samsung OLED 720p display with plans to unveil later this year.
Wow.
Why is it still 720? That's one of my questions. Why are we not getting 1080?
Hold on. I can see this.
How big is the Switch screen right now?
Oh. 7 something maybe.
Okay, it's 6.2, so it's a little bit bigger. Still think it's a little weird that we're not getting any. Oh, hold on. Nintendo decided to go with rigid OLED panels for the new model, the people said, a cheaper but less flexible alternative to the type commonly used for high-end phones. The latest model will also come with 4K ultra high definition graphics when paired with the TV, they said. Okay, now we're talking. 4K Switch games? You now have my attention. Nintendo, you now have my attention.
Why don't I see this anywhere?
It's on Bloomberg, man. Bloomberg.com.
But like no one else is tweeting this right now?
Wario64, our good friend.
Really? He's tweeting this right now.
Yeah, man. Wario wouldn't let you down.
Oh, yeah.
Wario would never let you down. That 4K docked, that is that's got my attention. I'm not gonna lie to you.
4K docked. Could be yours today.
$2.99 or $3.99?
Oh, it's gonna be 3.
Then it's not coming to my house today. I'm going to tell you right now, if it's $3.99, I'm going to tell you there's another system I'll be purchasing before I purchase that one.
Yes, this spectacular.
Exactly, and it's not going to be a Switch. Now, if it's $2.99, and I could trade in my other Switch and probably get a decent value still for it, we're talking here. We're talking.
We shall see. We shall see. But all right. Well, I don't know where Pete is, but hopefully, maybe his internet just went out or something.
Let me text this man. Get this man a shield.
So, State of Play happened last week.
I think you were disappointed, Chris.
I was disappointed. So that's
because I was like, you didn't do a live react, so I'm like, I think he's disappointed.
I was kind of disappointed, so I'm not gonna lie about that. So they said some things. Crash Bandicoot 4 is coming to the PlayStation 5.
Was it not originally on there, or is it an upgrade?
It's an upgrade.
Okay, so but you could play the 4 version right now.
Yes.
But you okay, I got you.
Yeah. So, but an actual PS5 version is coming out.
Free upgrade?
Yes, free upgrade. And then they showed off new gameplay for Returnal, which looks actually pretty cool.
Third person or first person?
Third. What? I want to say third. I could be wrong. I want to say third.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
So, Chris, there's 2 AMCs in my area. Neither one have IMAX.
Oh, that's disappointing.
But one has something called Big D. Don't know what that is. They say that they said the screen is from the floor to the ceiling and from wall to wall. It's like literally the whole wall is the screen.
That's kind of like the theater that we saw with me and Pete when they saw Hobbs and Shaw in.
Is it fantastic? Is it worth the extra $2?
Yeah.
Okay, so Maya may be happening in that one.
So, like, yeah. Especially if you get, like, if it's good seats, and what they did was how the seats were set up is literally like, okay, we're sitting here, and then literally we have to look over the railing to see the other seats.
Okay.
So your whole,
got my attention.
Your whole view is literally the screen. So, there's
okay. Pete had to restart his F-word internet. I'm gonna keep it a little PG on the show here.
Little PG. But Returnal is third person.
Okay.
Which actually looks pretty cool. Just saw a little bit of gameplay of that. And then they introduced a new Kung Fu game called Sifu coming into 2021. Then they announced a Knockout City, Welcome to Knockout City, the Dodge Brawl capital of the world, which is pretty much a dodgeball game.
It's from EA?
No. It looks like it's from EA, though. Marketing at Velen Studios.
Okay.
Also, as well, they did a Solar Ash gameplay. Inside the Ultra Void with a new Solar Ash gameplay. They did a first revealed gameplay look at Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Then it said Oddworld Soulstorm comes to PS4 and PS5 April 6th. And here's also the kicker. It will be free on PlayStation Plus.
Boom.
Day one. They showed new gameplay for Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, which actually looks pretty cool. They showed off another gameplay trailer for Deathloop. And, of course, but not least, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade arrives on PS5 June 10th, 2021. Now, with that being said, Final Fantasy VII is now free on PS4 for PlayStation Plus users. That edition doesn't mean you get the PS5 version for free, unfortunately. So
No, but I've seen that they have it on sale at a lot of different places right now. So
$30 right now.
yeah,
So
I think on the store it's 30, right? On the PS Plus or PlayStation
let's
Store.
just,
Sorry.
let's just store it. It is now $30.
Yeah, so go buy it.
Go buy it right now so you can get that free upgrade. It's when the PS5 version comes out on June 10th.
Because the not free upgrade is $70. So yeah, go get it for 30.
Yeah, definitely indeed. But other than that, I mean, it was okay.
Yeah, Pete still has dial up. He has that 56K going right now.
Boom, there he is.
There he is on that
I'm supposed to have
56K.
dial-up, right? I don't.
That
Just needs to be
56K.
freaking rebooted. God, that pissed me off. Did I miss anything besides state of play you guys were talking about?
No, we were
Nope.
just shooting the shit.
Oh,
Superman
reboot.
No, he also missed the big Switch news that just broke.
Really? What's the big Switch news?
New model coming out that's using an OLED screen, or an OLED screen. It'll be 720 on the screen, but when you dock it, it will have 4K graphics. 4K graphics on the screen, Pete.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Can your dial-up handle 4K graphics, Pete?
Guess it
Can't
can't.
handle it.
I guess it can't, man. I don't know if it can. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm so sick. Listen, I'm getting better, right? I'm not as sick anymore. I'm getting better. I'm getting
He's getting
healthier, all right?
Much healthier.
Much healthier, yes. But that's pretty sweet news though, guys. Are you gonna upgrade, Ant? Are you gonna get a new Switch?
Depends on the price.
Look at this guy!
Because
Look at this guy!
because
He can't stop. You know, he talks. He hates Nintendo. He says all this crap about Nintendo. But as soon as Nintendo comes up with like, 4K, blah 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 shit. Oh, I think I might buy it. I think I might do it. See, look at that. Look at that, man.
but
He just can't stop.
if it's $399,
He can't stop.
the $399 might go towards a PlayStation 5, not a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
You haven't got a PlayStation 5 yet, have you?
I have not. I have not made the upgrade yet.
Bro, that's kind of like weak on your part, Ann, because aren't you the guy who like gets all the systems right away?
It's true. I normally do, but it's called adulting. So
come on, man. You adulting, Ann. That's
I got to sometimes.
It sucks, but we all have to at some point.
It's okay. I'm an Xbox guy for good reason. They give me the easiest way to play the most games at the cheapest cost. So that's what happens when you have to adult.
So far. Cheapest cost so far. It might go up.
No.
It's going to go up.
Even if it goes up to $20 a month, which it's not going to anytime soon.
It's going to go up.
Okay, Pete. Keep saying that. Anyways.
I mean, Disney Plus.
I keep on saying it if you want. I keep on saying that it's gonna go up.
That's fine, but as of right now, there's no price increase at the moment, and I'm able to get over 300 and something, maybe 400 and something games at. I honestly have it set out for like 2 years right now, so nothing's coming out of my pocket for the next 2 years, and I'm just playing on my system, so.
The day it goes up, and then you're gonna have to, fork off your money, man.
Well, that's fine. Your money. I'll make sure to have, but the day before, like when they announce it's gonna go up, I will make sure to purchase 3 years in advance, and then I won't have to pay the increase for 3 years.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. Save up money till then. But I know Ant probably is not going to be too happy, but that's what we're going to talk about anyway. Army of the Dead teaser dropped last week.
Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
We're going to watch it right now. So
it's like a Zack Snyder zombie movie. Dawn of the Dead's a good movie. I'll give him that. That's his best movie. So
Dawn of the Dead.
yep.
I think
Okay.
like if it's anything like Dawn of the Dead, it could be a really cool movie. It could be an awesome movie if it's anything like that movie. So
So I got to respond to Shauna's comment real quick because it's down there. It's available. It's long. So let me tell you. I'm going to explain myself, and because I have a valid reason, in my opinion, for the switch to Xbox, and that is as a person that likes to purchase digital games. They, to me, have given me the most confidence that my games will continue to work on their existing platforms and other platforms, such as PC and mobile, for the foreseeable future. And to me, that's worth a big value to me. When I'm buying a game that was made in 2007, let's say, I can still play it in 2021 on my new console. To me, that's a pretty important feature, but that's just to me. So if someone else thinks different, that's fine, but that is why I am now Xbox.
but here's my thing though, Ant. And I think you've always kind of been known to be a big fan of intellectual properties.
That's
like,
true.
for instance, you love Disney because, you love Marvel and you love Star Wars, right?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
it's funny. So you're saying I had no love for Disney prior? Because those are
Not
only
saying
new
that,
things
but
to
you have way
Disney.
more love now than it did before. Definitely, yeah,
I'm
way
a Mighty
more love.
Ducks fan going back to the day.
Okay,
we
that's
all
fine.
enjoy our Lion King.
I know where you're going with this, Pete. And let me just tell you my problem with Nintendo is how many times have you bought the same goddamn game just to play it on a new console? I am flexing my wallet as a consumer, and I'm saying enough's enough. I'm not gonna purchase your goddamn game
Okay, this is
for
the
the
same
10th
guy.
time.
I wish you had the same. I wish you had the same attitude when it comes to your sports teams, because some of your sports teams are like god awful, man. For so long time.
What is that? I don't have to purchase my sports teams over and over again. I watch them on free television. I don't understand how this is one and the same.
It's like if you had that attitude when it comes to certain of these teams, you might have actually the Knicks are paying off now. It took at least 20 something seasons for it to actually pay off now, because literally this guy will every year he'll be like, oh, the Knicks are good. And the Knicks are good. They're gonna go somewhere. The Knicks are good. And literally they win the first game and then they lose 15 games.
Excuse me for having some optimism. I'm sorry, Pete. I'm sorry for being a beacon of light in the Knicks season, okay? I apologize.
It's just if that's the case, if you don't if you say well, oh, my loyalty, I'm gonna take my money elsewhere, then I'm telling you, man, you would have dropped. I mean, hell, man, even WWE sometimes. And they're atrocious products sometimes, and you still somehow be fans of that product of it. You know what I'm saying? So
coming from the guy that stands on AEW, who just signed freaking Big Show, who this guy, and all the AEW fans left. Hold on. All the AEW fans leave the WWE. Why? Because they're like, oh, we watch all these old wrestlers on TV every week. We want to see new wrestlers. Then we got freaking Chris Jericho. We got Big Show. We got Billy Gunn. We have Sting. We have Arn Anderson. Dude, come on, man. It's all bullshit. You're all bullshit, dude. All you guys are bullshit.
It's not about the wrestlers. It's about the way they book stuff. You know that for a fact, the way they book stuff.
And Lashley's the champion, as he should be. Thank you, WWE.
They finally got something right.
Absolutely.
They finally got something
right. We are in the era of the Almighty. Thank you.
Okay. I'm just telling you, dude.
For that to happen, though.
I don't know how many times.
What was that, Chris?
You like a shitty product. Yet Nintendo, you bash Nintendo for you're like, oh my god, Nintendo's the worst shits. But yet,
here's the thing: is their business practices prior to a digital world? I get. We're in a digital world now, though, Pete. So if I purchase these Wii U games digitally, now I can't play them on my Switch. That's bullshit. In this age, that is bullshit. And I don't care if you agree or disagree, but I want my purchases available for me. Could you imagine? I know Chris has a huge video library on Vudu. Could you imagine if Vudu's like, we're upgrading to 8K, all your 4K shit don't work? Like, how pissed would you be, Chris?
You see my face.
Yeah, but that's the shit I'm saying. Like we are in a digital age now. Purchases need to be cross-platform. You need to be like limitless. Like they should never. You should never lose your stuff. No matter what, moving forward, you should always have your stuff available to you. And I get it. Like some of the licensing stuff, I get why they pull like old sports games or old like music games, because I get it. Licensing runs out. You only pay for it for a certain amount of time. I get that stuff. That sucks, but I get it. I get why that gets pulled. But for the most part, most of the stuff isn't licensed. Most stuff's wholly owned, by these companies. There should never be a reason I should need to rebuy a game in the future that I've already purchased from a company. It costs them nothing to give it to me on a new console.
Don't get me wrong. I see your argument. I see your argument and all that stuff. I just like what I laugh about sometimes is like you used to have that loyalty to Nintendo, right? You used to have that blind loyal fanboy loyalty, right?
That's true. That's when they were making games at a better rate than they're making now.
Now you practically have this loyalty to Xbox now.
No, I don't think it's Xbox, because it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm only playing Microsoft games. I'm playing all the third-party games on there. Okay, I'm playing tons of games.
That's okay. I can see your point of view. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's not like I'm only playing Halo. I'm only playing Gears. Yeah. It's
pretty much like what they're offering.
I would look at it this way. Look at me owning an Xbox as me having a PC hooked up to my television, because that's the way I look at it. I'm just playing whatever's on that particular console. Sure, it happens to be an Xbox, but it's because I'm able to get my games that are, with a Game Pass or Games with Gold, whatever it comes with, for that one subscription at one price. And again, I'm already.
You've always been that guy though. Like if when it comes to your favorite director is Fincher, your least favorite director is Zack Snyder. Like you have your favorites or your picks, right? I just think it's so funny now that when it comes to gaming, it's just more like, oh no, I got to play these games and I have this option. It's like,
but it also happened to me in the DVD world, Pete. You know how much I used to buy like movies. I stopped buying movies because I'm like, dude, everything's streaming now. Like, why the hell? Times. Yeah, why would I buy it? Now, if I was going to buy anything, I would do it like Chris. I would get something on Vudu. In fact, if I'm buying something, I'll probably buy it for Chris on Vudu, and then I'll just put it on his, because I watch most of his movies. So why not help him out with his collection? Because I have access to that.
Do you think that fanboyism, like blind fanboyism, is something that when it comes to games, people shouldn't consider anymore? You get you can prefer a console, but at the same time, I feel like you should just play what's available. Like why? I get it. Like do I want a PlayStation? Yeah, I do want to play some PlayStation games. That's like, I think the Ratchet and Clank looks really good. Would I pay $70 for it? Hell no. That to me that's crazy. That's just like, to me, like the pricing of games is just crazy. Yeah. But and that's where it goes back to where I look at that $15 a month, dude, for 4 months of Game Pass, which I get tons of games on. That's like basically the cost of one like game. Like, that's crazy to me. But I do eventually, again, want to get a PlayStation. There's games on there, like that Maquette game looks great. I really want to try that out. Final Fantasy Remakes on PlayStation Plus, so I was thinking about resubbing, so I could play that, because why not? I have a PlayStation 4, I can play it. It's funny though, and the funny thing when it comes to games, when it comes to video games, I mean, I think when you're younger, it was different. Like, you only was Nintendo. I think once you're growing up, you change your whole what's the word I'm like for your loyalty when it comes to like that, because you realize you pretty much play all three systems. You buy like different, what I'm saying, because you have. You've had three
Yeah,
systems.
I've had 3
You played-
systems since Xbox, PlayStation 2, and GameCube.
because I don't think you really have that loyal when it comes to gaming, because you want to play any game you can get your hands on. If you have the option, you'll like play all the games. If you have the options, all the great games.
Oh,
Because-
so I have an answer for Shauna, since she wants to know what game I played from 2007. And what's funny is there's actually a game I played from this year that came out that year, and that's Peggle. Peggle is a great game. But I'm not saying that's my favorite game, but I could still play Peggle on my Xbox with my Game Pass subscription. So also, Halo 3 is available in there. BioShock, great game that came out that year. Mario Galaxy, another great game that came out that year. Portal, great game. Crisis, another game that's available on EA Play through Game Pass. So, I mean, there's tons of games.
Uncharted, Drake's Fortune came out in 2007. Boom. There you go.
There you go. And would I still play that game? Absolutely. That's a freaking fantastic game. So would I like to still play the original? Absolutely. But you know what? They did a remake of it that's a little bit better. Play that one. So yeah.
There are games out there.
Anyway, we're talking about Army of the Dead over here before we change subject.
In the past 6 months, I've played Peggle. There you go. On my Xbox with my Game Pass subscription because of EA Play. So there you go.
Boom.
All
All right. We're talking about Army of the Dead. Army of the Dead, me, looks pretty cool. What do you guys think? Real quick.
I
We'll
think
move
it's going to be pretty cool.
I will watch it. It's on Netflix. Not a Snyder fan, but I will watch it just for you guys.
It's like I said, if it's anything like Dawn of the Dead, has the same type of comedy / action, it's going to be really good. I've always thought that we needed more kind of movies like that anyway, like big action zombie movies with mix of comedy. So yeah, I think it could be really good.
All Peggle 3, all 3 Peggle games are actually really good, to be honest with you. Shauna.
Yeah, Peggle's really good. That's like, that's one of the there's like another little pop arcade game that was Feeding Frenzy. That was really fun too.
Yeah.
The original. Now I know that Plants vs Zombies kind of went a different direction, but the original one was fantastic as well.
All right, moving on. So, in-person E3 is canceled, which we kind of figured that was going to happen.
So is San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if you had that on there. That's going to be virtual as well.
Figured as much. It's not really a surprise here. Now, are we going to get like the games of summer thing like we had last year with Jeff Keighley? And do you believe that Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo will do their own press conferences, like kind of like how they've had for years during this time?
I think they should.
Yeah, me too.
I think they should.
I think they should all get together because I feel like that's the industry we're in now, and I think they should all get together, and I think they should all do it on one day. I don't think they should do Microsoft on Sunday night, Sony on Monday night, Nintendo on Tuesday morning.
People need to work.
Then let's do it on Saturday or Sunday. Let's pick a day and let's just do all 3 conferences. Let's do like boom an hour for Microsoft, boom an hour for Nintendo, boom an hour for Sony.
I don't think they're gonna do that, and I think they're gonna do exactly like they're gonna probably pick a day and do it like they've done it before. But I do think they're gonna do it. I think they have to do it.
Do it on the same day. Just do it like the video game awards, man. We all got together for one night, watched a 3.5-hour show. We can do it. We can do it for just those 3 companies.
So let me get this straight. So Bethesda's are going to be with Microsoft. Okay, they're probably going to have conferences within themselves.
I honestly think that they're going to do like a Nintendo Direct with Microsoft, like before then. Like I think like when it's official. Like I think they're going to do a I don't know what they call their events, but I think they'll do like a Microsoft event that's like, okay, here's like everything we're working on with Bethesda and like our other studios, because why not do it then?
Well, either way, Xbox, it seemed like their show could be like 2 hours long. Then you have PlayStation, which could be like another almost 2 hours long. Then you have Ubisoft, which is another about 2 hours. You have EA, which is another about 2 hours. You have Nintendo, which, no offense to Pete, no offense to Nintendo fans out there, it could be less than an hour.
That's not surprising. I can see that happening.
Like all that crammed in one day, that's a little much.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, Nintendo will come in and announce another Wii U port, and then they'll give us a game that's not going to come out to 2025 at the end. That'll be like some random,
it's funny you say that, Ant. You say that, but if once they have Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, you're gonna be all like, "Oh my god!" Blah, blah, blah. That's how you're gonna be, bro. Don't lie. Don't lie.
Metro Prime 4 trailer, 3 years ago?
Yeah, he's gonna go all like a kid again. He's gonna be all a kid. He's gonna be like, I can't. Oh, this is great. Blah 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 blah. Because that's what he did. That's what he does.
So all I gotta say is launch that new 4K hardware with a little bit of 4K Metroid, and we're talking. We are talking. We are
exactly.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
That's what they do, man. I do, but here's the thing, though, guys. I do think they're gonna have they're still gonna have a virtual event. They still have to have an event because I feel like it's kind of one of those things where it's setting up for the fall or the winter, the Christmas sales. So they have to get the consumers excited for what's coming up to the fall in this year. So they have to have these big release games, and I think even though, like I said, they're not going to have a live event, they're still going to have to do something, some sort of presentation, and then to get people excited for that. I definitely think they're going to have to. That's why it's funny though. I know that you guys were not impressed with State of Play, and I know the Nintendo Direct didn't release too much stuff, but I think they're saving up for.
Well, yeah, because I think all of it was just to show off what was coming out in the summertime. Not necessarily what's coming out past that. But
what is Microsoft doing? That's what's questioning me.
Well, I mentioned that today to some people. I was like, it's kind of weird because don't get me wrong, I enjoy the sports games that they're adding to Game Pass. Sports games are not everybody's forte. There's a lot of sports games they announced today. But what are their first parties doing? We have Everwild that was supposed to come out soon. Where's Forza? Where are all these games from the 23 studios they own? I mean, the only exclusive we've got dropped on us was the Medium, which I did beat. So don't know if I told you guys that. I rolled credits on that. But there you go. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what Microsoft's doing. I don't know what I honestly feel like they're waiting until the Bethesda deals as finished and went through before they do any more announcements. Plus, I know a lot of their Windows stuff. They just had some conference with their Windows stuff where they were showing off the mesh and stuff like that.
HoloLens.
Yeah, it's like you can be Iron Man.
Maybe we'll get that Perfect Dark trailer this time. Remember Perfect Dark was
we did get a teaser. We got a teaser for it. So I still think that's a
full trailer.
I think it's a couple years out still. I think it's not going to be till next year at least, the earliest.
Maybe it's possible.
I just got a little announcement or whatever.
What's that?
Little Shaq over there going a little hardcore.
Oh God.
Went through a table. Shaq old man went through a table.
From Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I just got that notification. Through the table.
Shaq going through a table, man. Look at that.
All right. Moving on. Let's talk about it.
Oh, we're supposed to watch this movie? I didn't even know.
Watch this movie. This was extra credit, but I figured we might as well get this one done first.
Pete, did
Tom
you
and
watch
Jerry.
it?
What?
Did you watch it?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I didn't know we were supposed to watch it to begin with.
Well, Pete's the lucky one.
Yeah. I was sick, man. What, are you trying to get me more sick?
That could have happened.
You lucked out. You
That's
definitely
that
love
bad, huh?
Oh. Okay, so I don't know if you saw like my Facebook post I was saying I was watching the movie, and when I and the long thread that I had underneath it, and me and Ant were like going on about it. This movie's terrible.
Awful.
Literally in the first 5 minutes of the movie, the lesson they're teaching you is the fact that if you want a job, just steal someone's resume and pretend you're that person.
Yep.
First 5 minutes of this
Steal
movie.
and lie to get ahead in life.
Sounds about right.
And then when you're in there, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Is this Tom and Jerry you're talking about?
Oh, you think we're talking about a different movie? No, this is Tom and
This is
Jerry.
Tom and Jerry, but
No,
unfortunately,
is this
Pete,
Tom and Jerry who did this?
Unfortunately, no, Pete, because the movie doesn't center around Tom and Jerry. The movie should have been called Chloe and Michael, because that's all we get to see in the whole goddamn movie. Tom and Jerry are goddamn side characters in their own goddamn movie.
Yes. This movie is
All
terrible.
right, now this movie does sound pretty bad.
Good night.
This was like the Smurfs. The old Smurfs movies with Neil Patrick Harris. They made 3 of them or 4 of them. I don't remember, but they were terrible. This was not good. This was terrible. Tom and Jerry are barely in the movie, and when they're in the movie, yeah, they're normal, like I'm gonna chase you selves, and it's actually kind of funny, kind of cute. But unfortunately, they don't talk, and since they don't talk, you need to have a dialogue for the movie, which came in with Chloe Marie
Hit girl.
Hit girl, pretty much, and Michael Pena, and the dude from Deadpool 2, and
Which I call the poor man's Patrick Warburton, because he looked just like Patrick Warburton. Doesn't sound like him, but he looked like him.
Yeah, and you got those people who run a hotel, and you got these bougie behind people coming in who are like, oh, we're going to have this fantastic, spectacular wedding in this hotel, and we're going to have it with elephants and all types of other crap in here. And the elephants are in, pretty much all the animals in this movie are animated. No problem with it, but they're all animated. It's just like, why? This is too much for a cat and mouse movie. This is literally it's a cat and mouse. This movie about a cat and mouse. But you circle around this wedding, you circle around the girl, this Chloe who wants to like have a job but is stealing her way and faking till she makes it, kind of a thing. They're all whole entire time. The Michael Pena pretty much like trying to bust her balls about every little thing. It's a terrible movie. This movie, like, I'm glad this movie came on HBO Max, because if I already seen this in the theaters, I think I would have walked out.
I think it would have rivaled your Happy Time Murders.
No, this is terrible.
You know the problem with I always think, you know what the problem is when you do movies like this is the fact that you're trying to like base this on Tom and Jerry, but then do another movie in the process.
Yes.
You know?
Put it this way, we put it on for the kids. The kids ended up leaving the room, and we ended up having to finish it. That's how bad the movie is.
That's what I'm saying,
like,
though. You're basing the movie on Tom and Jerry, but then doing another movie in the process. So you pretty much have the movie you're doing is that movie, not Tom and Jerry. You're doing that movie, the movie that, you know, and of course Tom and Jerry is just involved in it. That's the problem, because now, how can you make a movie with Tom and Jerry? I don't know, but it seems to me, well, a good way to do it is let's just focus on Tom and Jerry, you know, and then, you know, like whatever supporting actor it is, they're involved in it.
Now there are movies that like the main character is a side character. Mad Max, Fury Road. Main character was the side character pretty much the whole movie. Furiosa, I believe, was actually the main character.
Yes, he was. Yes, but
like, then that movie worked.
But that movie worked, though. That movie, like you said, that movie worked. You're right. Mad Max was a side character.
Even though Sonic is the main character in Sonic, he's the James Marsden and his wife are their subplot is pretty much what pushes the story.
Yeah.
So, and Sonic's kind of just there with them. So, but again, that's a good movie and it works.
But I guess it worked though, right? It actually did work. But I mean, it also helps to have, I think, Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. I think I
would agree with that.
His comedic timing and everything else helps. I think, like I say, the problem is you need that funny character. You need somebody to push this movie, and I don't think you got that probably. And I think that's the problem.
It wasn't anything like the Tom and Jerry of old, really. I mean, yeah, they had like their certain beat 'em up stuff, but I think even Who Framed Roger Rabbit did a better job of doing that kind of stuff than this movie did.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think, like, let me ask you something. Okay, so let's compare movies, compare and contrast, right? Tom and Jerry compared to Sonic last year. Why is Sonic successful and Tom and Jerry is not?
Because we got a healthy dose of Sonic and what Sonic's all about. It in the plot always revolved around what Sonic was doing, even though we were watching James Marsden and his wife. So that he was always still the main focal point. This movie, Tom and Jerry are never the main focal point ever,
and that's the problem. Right there, you said it right there. You're right. That's not, the reason that he's not. If they're not the focal point, then the movie's going to be trash. Because what people are paying to see. If they want it's Tom and Jerry, right? If you call the movie Tom and Jerry, they're paying to see Tom and Jerry, not paying to see Chloe or some other crap that's going on. So I think that's a problem. That's why Hollywood needs to get. If they're going to base anything, make sure you know what you're based on the product. You're not just like. Like over there, like it's like, how do you say it? Like you pretty much put a sticker on something. It's not really like, let's say it's like you have RC Cola, but you put a sticker of Coke on top of it. You're not drinking Coke, you're drinking RC Cola, I mean, it's not the same, you know what I'm saying? Just because you think it is, it's not the same. It doesn't taste the same. So
it's the Mountain Lightning or the Dr. Thunder, man.
Exactly. You get a subpar product.
I think I have nothing else to say about this movie, but just don't watch it. Stay away from it.
Stay away. Don't waste your time. I'm sorry it came out. You got Raya coming out this Friday. Just stick to something else better than. There's more movies better than this. This makes me scared for Space Jam too. Not gonna lie.
I tell you what, dude. But you know what though? That's a great example. The Space Jam was amazing though.
Yes.
Space Jam was an amazing movie back in the day. It still holds up to the test of time. But it's funny, though. It's not like... I mean, you got the Looney Tunes, but you also have Michael Jordan. But they sold it on both Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan. You got both...
They both had a common goal.
Exactly.
And Tom and Jerry, they both didn't have a common goal. It's like, oh, so you want this... So I'm going to try to get you this, but I also have to worry about this wedding that's going on right now. And that's where my main focal point is, and dealing with these bougie buying people and make sure the wedding goes smoothly. So we're going to focus on them, but I'll get to you in a second. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make you go away from the main story, and you can have your own little subplot, sub thing. And you can have your fun with Tom and Jerry. You guys go have your fun outside of the hotel where the main movie is being focused on. That right there, I was like, done.
Wouldn't it have been like now Tom was like Jerry the mouse. He was like the kind of causing havoc, right?
He was causing havoc, and then Tom came in chasing him and was like, oh, mouse, let me chase him down, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he got hired by the hotel to chase down the mouse.
Yeah, instead of them kind of the storyline, I figure, right?
Yeah. And so like they were causing a ruckus, too much of a fight, and they ended up being friends, and somehow they ended up being like, oh, okay, so you guys both want to stay here. In order for you to stay here, we need you to behave. So while the wedding's going on, we're going to send both of you away. And then, so while the wedding is going on, so you guys won't interrupt anything. So let's have a storyline go outside of the hotel, but let's have the main focus storyline go inside the hotel, where somehow a freaking elephant can go inside of a hotel. Somehow, whatever.
But you can't have a rat and you can't have a mouse in a hotel.
Exactly.
Of course
You
not.
can have birds. You can have elephants. You can like literally they're sitting on top of elephants like they're freaking in Aladdin. Like what the frick is going on inside of a hotel?
All right. Well, anyway, I think we're done talking about this movie.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this. All right, moving on. WandaVision episode 8 in review. What is grief if not love? Persevering.
Great line.
What is the Switch if not the Wii U persevering?
Pretty good, Ann. Pretty good.
I wish I could take credit for that. Shiplet sent me that earlier. But this episode was basically a summarization of the commercials. Really?
Yeah.
If you want to look at it that way. So it's what everything has led Wanda to this point, really. So Agatha takes us with Wanda through a trip down memory lane. We get to see why Wanda is the way she is at the current moment in time. We kind of take a break on seeing any of the side characters like Monica, who's Spectrum now, or I don't know what they're calling her yet. And Quicksilver.
Kate Dennings' character and Quicksilver.
Yeah.
And all that.
But we do get we are pushed to the storyline and seeing that Sword and Hayward are kind of villains, I guess, in a way, because they
was definitely a villain.
Yeah, they definitely lied to Wanda about Vision and the reasons they want Vision.
Yes.
We got two big reveals really at the end of the episode.
Yes.
I would say 90% of the episode is exactly what it needed to be. And to explain to maybe non-comic book fans or non-MCU fans what the hell's going on. As an MCU fan, was it necessary? Not really, but I did enjoy seeing it like from a first-hand perspective, each of the situations. But we kind of already knew most of it. So we get her official comic book name thrown out there, which presents more questions. That's one of the reveals. Agatha tells her that she is the Scarlet Witch. So what that means is, what is the Scarlet Witch? Like, what does that mean? Because whatever it is, Agatha, who's one of the most powerful witches in the world, because she's been alive for 400 years, is scared of it. So, so that's a pretty big.
It's no part of it whatsoever.
Yeah, that is a pretty big reveal there. And then at the very end, Vision's back alive. The white Vision is his body is all white, and he's the no nonsense, I guess, Vision.
The real Vision is alive, I should say, not the one that the Wanda created.
Yes,
so.
Yes, there you go. Which is the
and
other
in
big
the
reveal.
comic books too. He does turn into White Vision too in the comic books, so they are based on the Marvel comics and all that.
Is it loosely based, or is it kind of like how it is going
Loosely
on?
Loosely based.
It's a lot of different stories like mashed up into one, like WandaVision.
Kind of like how MCU has always done that anyway. You know, has loosely based certain things, but adapted it to the MCU. I'm not going to go into the whole storyline about why he becomes White Vision, because it goes to a character that really hasn't been introduced yet and all that stuff in the MCU, so it's kind of hard to explain that. But anyway, the White Vision is more of an android than a humanoid, if that makes sense. So he doesn't really have that personality as the old Vision. You know, he's more robotic, and he's still a threat though. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a weapon for Sword, and he's gonna pretty much obey Hayward probably. So I don't think there's no reaching him. There probably will be. Because in the comics, he is good still. He's still an Avenger. But like I said though, he's just gonna be but like I said though, if one expects to have a connection with him anymore, she's not gonna have that connection that she once had before. So there's that. But like I said, I agree with Ann. I thought this episode was definitely good in a sense. Like you understood exactly why Wanda did what she did, why she created that world. I love the fact that one of her first visions, her first like kind of going back in time when she was a kid, and how like she used to watch those old Mary Tyler Moore shows, and it would make her happy, and a war-torn country. Made sense why she created that world for her and Vision. It's kind of like those happy moments of her life.
That part I actually really did enjoy seeing the fact that like going back to the old times, seeing it, and I was like, wow, it all kind of makes sense. Because you see the Malcolm in the Middle like DVDs, you see like the Dick Van Dyke, the I Love Lucy's, and you see all that, and you're like, God, damn, just tie everything together.
Yep.
It does, yeah. That's why because you wonder like why she created this type of world, why she created this 50s, 60s, this TV world. But then you realize those were her happy moments in her life. Those were moments that kind of got her away from all the horrible things that's going on in her world at the time. You know, even like actually when she was with Hydra, she was captured by Hydra, and she was kind of like a prisoner. She was watching I think the Brady Bunch or something like that. Or
she was watching Brady Bunch.
Yeah, so all these times watching TV kept her. It was an escapism from her, how horrible her world was. So I thought that's why it made sense to kind of tell that story of her, that side of the story. And like I said, you get a kind of a glimpse. You also I thought that's a very important part too, actually, with that when she was captured by Hydra, and she was like had the good close up with the Mind Stone. Because that's how she recreated Vision. I guess she had that connection with the Mind Stone, and whatever that connection was with the Mind Stone, that she used that in order to recreate Vision. So,
so sorry to cut you off, but like, does this mean that like she had the gene in her the whole entire time, right?
The Mind Stone?
No, she could control things before.
She's always been a witch. That's what I took it.
She's always been a witch, even with the Stark missile that came in through the house and like it was going to explode, but she stopped it.
Yeah.
So and pretty much the Mind Stone kind of like exploded, not exploded, pretty much expanded her abilities, if you want to say.
We never got the glimpse of her powers until now. Now we know exactly, because before we assumed that she just can control like objects and things like that. She can like telekinesis. She can levitate objects as her mind and all that stuff.
But now we understand she can mess with your mind. She can mess with your mind.
Yeah, But now we understand she can alter reality. She can alter reality. She create life, like Vision and her kids.
Right.
So
our question is here though: does this mean all the X-Men are actually still there? They have some remnants of the gene in them, and they got activated with the Mind Stone.
Possibly.
With them coming back.
You know what? Like that's why I feel like hopefully by the next episode we're gonna get some more of explanation where this might be heading. Here's my thing. They still haven't explained. Quicksilver, what's his deal? Like we know he's a fake Quicksilver, but did Agatha created him? No. Where did Agatha get him? Mm-hmm. We don't know this, I still want to explain. I still need an explanation on that. I don't know if she created him, so did she? And it's definitely not. I don't think Mephisto or some other.
She killed him.
Was that?
She killed him in the beginning.
Who?
Mephisto.
Oh, Agatha? No, that wasn't Mephisto.
You sure?
No, that was her mom and a bunch of witches. It wasn't. No, it wasn't
the flight that they zoomed in on episode 7. They zoomed in on that for some odd reason, for some odd time, and that same fly showed up in episode 8, and she was like, oh, hi, and then let me go ahead and just mess you up here a little bit, turn you into a bunny, and let me just pet you the whole time.
I don't think so. Not, I don't think so.
At least that was a theory, and like I saw that, and I was like on TikTok, I was like,
I-
holy shit.
I do think though, like they didn't explain what her powers, because like the witches, like they're trying to kill her. She has some dark powers, right? That's what they're
Yeah.
trying to kill her. Did they explain where she got these dark powers? I have a feeling it's that book that they kind of did a close up, and what was it, episode 7 or whatever it was?
Yeah.
I think it's a Dark World book, and the Dark World book, it's a very powerful sorcery book. It's kind of like I don't know, the Necronomicon or something like that. I can say, it has incantations and things like that can bring vampires and werewolves and all these other things. Which I think that's like, I have a feeling though, if that is a Dark World book, that's going to introduce, Blade and his stuff. That's going to introduce maybe a lot of the dark stuff from like the Marvel, like things. So I think that could be it. It could be wrong. That could be, and I do think that possibly Doctor Strange is going to appear in the next episode. I have a big feeling he's going to make a surprise appearance in the next episode, because the way they've been going with the Agatha Harkness and her powers, definitely we're getting into that side of the mystical side of Marvel. So I have a feeling that they probably those sorts of things. Hopefully they're going to explain in the next episode, or they're going to reveal in the next episode, I should say.
Hopefully, and the next episode is what? I said 47 minutes, something like that?
It's almost an hour, right? I want to say it's an hour, right?
No, 47 minutes.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
Which is like 30 minutes because there's like 20 minutes of credits.
You never know. There could be some. There could be a after credit scene in there, like there was in Tom and Jerry for some odd freaking reason. Yeah, pretty much.
Let me ask you something, guys. So what's your predictions for next episode?
I don't have any because I don't want to get predict something and be false and then be like, oh man.
I'm still thinking we see Reed Richards. I'm still calling it. Reed Richards.
To me, it's Doctor Strange. Hands down, it has to be Doctor Strange next episode. And also, you get more of a glimpse of the multiverse in the next episode. And all.
I think Baron Mordo will be in it.
We'll see.
Possibly, I
think he's going to be behind most of it.
Behind Agatha?
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
He dabbles in the dark arts.
Yeah. Well, no, Agatha does. Possibly.
So does Baron Mordo.
Like I said, very possible you can see him and all that. Like I said, I'm definitely going to say Doctor Strange is definitely a huge possibility. So
yeah, I would agree. But I don't think Reed Richards is going to be like a player. I just think we're going to see him. They need to do a lead into Doctor Strange movie. That's where Wanda's story continues. I agree with that. I also think this would be a perfect time to see just to see Reed Richards, not necessarily have him do anything. Just be like, oh, here's my astrophysicist friend, Reed Richards. Oh, boom.
Well, my theory is her. I'm telling you, it's gonna probably Blue Marvel.
But they've already said that they don't even know if they're doing a WandaVision season 2. So why even introduce him?
Well, it doesn't mean just because they're not going to do season 2 more WandaVision doesn't mean they're not going to continue with Monica Rambeau and her character.
That's true.
Marvel too.
They can.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Spectrum Vision.
And Blue Marvel did date Monica Rambeau, so in the comic book, so it makes sense so that he'll be the astrophysicist.
Yeah.
We'll see. Episode 9, Friday. Be on the lookout. We'll review it next week. Now, for our last movie in review, Coming to America. Came out in 1988, the year I was born. Great year.
Wow.
So is this the first cinematic universe we've ever had?
Yeah. Dude, I'm so glad you watch
Wait.
Trading Places before you watch this movie because
Actually,
that joke, nobody would have got that joke. Nobody would have got. You guys would have not got that joke, if you didn't watch Trading Places.
Yeah, so
before.
he totally gives money to the two homeless guys, which are the two stock traders from Trading Places.
Yeah, that is true.
Cinematic universe. Boom.
Dude, that was great too, man. It's like we're back.
Okay, so after watching this movie, thoroughly enjoying this movie, then rewatching the trailer for Coming to America 2, I got theories on Coming to America 2.
What?
Oh, yeah?
I don't think that's his son. I think it's going to be Arsenio Hall's son.
Probably.
That is possible, true.
Because watching the first movie, there's just no way unless they had some escapade on the town that they didn't show.
Yeah. That makes sense. Huh.
Yeah, but so for this movie, what a fantastic movie.
Oh, yes. Fantastic movie. First time seeing Samuel L. Jackson in a movie. It's first time seeing Cuba Gooding Jr. in a movie.
Yep. Just sitting there getting his haircut.
Yep.
Yeah. And you know what his cast credit was? Boy in chair getting a haircut.
So, Chris, you really like this movie, huh?
I actually liked it, and it was the first time watching it, and I pretty much dug it. It's, in a way, it's like a guy romantic comedy in a way for me.
Definitely, yeah.
I definitely felt some like almost Hitch vibes, but then also a splash of like Black Panther Wakanda in there because in the very beginning of the movie, I was like, "This is like Wakanda right now. This is where we're going."
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much before Wakanda.
But like during the movie, I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm actually really enjoying myself. I actually think this is funny." And the fact that Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy were like played different characters in the movie, I was like I was trying to figure out, all right, are you really Arsenio Hall, or are you just some dude in makeup, or like just some other dude? Like it got hard sometimes, but like I knew at the barbershop, I knew exactly who Eddie Murphy was. I knew who Arsenio Hall was, but then like,
did you know the Jewish guy was Eddie Murphy?
Yes,
I knew. Clue.
I knew that was him.
It's like, aha! Yeah, where's the spoon? Aha!
Movie was very good, very funny. James Earl Jones was just so many references like I see of him, like then seeing this is my first time seeing it, and then going like I've seen Lion King before, and then seeing him walking with a lion robe.
Yeah.
Mufasa.
Ooh, say it again.
Ooh, say it again.
Mufasa.
Dude,
really enjoyed this movie. I'm surprised I didn't see Wesley Snipes in this. So Wesley Snipes is just
he's a new character. He's not in the original.
Okay,
but
Jones wasn't in the original either. So
I don't know why, man. The cussing in the movie really suits this movie. Though I don't think it would have been that funny if it wasn't for the cussing. Yeah, it's like there's like that was the part where like Eddie Murphy like stands in the middle of the traffic, stops like the taxi driver. Yeah, capsize you dumb fuck. And he just like he goes over there in the fucking taxi. Just like he goes to Arsenio. It's like, what does dumb fuck mean? It's just like so funny, man. Like some of the jokes in this movie are just so straight in your face, but hilarious. So, yeah, dude, this movie really.
He's like, "Fuck you too."
Yeah, fuck you too.
Oh, but yes,
I also love when
So Chris, what was your first movies you saw with Eddie Murphy when you were younger? Was it just like Dr. Dolittle and
it had to be like Nutty Professor and like Dr. Dolittle,
and like Shrek.
Here, I have to go back here.
But like, dude, isn't it like a whole new world that you're discovering now?
Yeah, it is 100%.
Fantastic too.
Let me see here. I gotta go back old. All right, so movies I remember him in. I remember seeing like being played on the TV, but I never actually really watched it as a kid when I was growing up. I remember seeing him TV Vampire in Brooklyn. Never really watched it though. Nutty Professor I watched. Metro I watched. Mulan I have not watched yet.
Rated movie for him.
No, I did watch it. Mulan I did watch. Dr. Dolittle, Holy Man I did watch. Life, I love that movie.
Dude, I was so
Bowfinger.
upset that they took Life off, man. We started watching it and we didn't get a chance to finish it, and they took it off HBO Max. And dude, it's funny. It's really funny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I need to find it somewhere so I can finish watching it.
Shrek, Dr. Dolittle 2, the PJs. I don't know what that is. Showtime. What was that one?
That's with Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Showtime.
Ant's favorite was I Spy.
Dude, that movie's hilarious. Kelly
I
Robinson.
thought it was actually pretty good. I remember that being actually pretty funny.
That movie
But yeah.
cracked me up.
But I think the first movie I remember seeing him in was Vampire in Brooklyn and then Nutty Professor. But I didn't really watch not Nutty Professor, but Vampire in Brooklyn.
Have you watched any of his old stand-up, like Delirious or Raw?
I've seen both.
Yeah.
I actually listened to them first before seeing them. Because when I was working at Albertsons at the time, it's probably like maybe 10, 12 years ago, I was working alone one night and I actually just happened to just put on a stand-up, and it was my first time actually listening to the stand-up and listen to it. I was like, holy crap, this is actually really funny. Why have I not listened to this before? And then he was doing like Bill Cosby impressions and things like that. I thought that was fucking hilarious. But going back to Coming to America 1, I did thoroughly enjoy this movie. And let's see here. What was the budget? What do you think this budget was for this movie?
Probably, what, 30 million? Maybe? No, 20? 25 million?
I'm going to go 15.
39 million.
Okay.
Opening weekend, 21 million. Gross USA, 128 million. Worldwide gross, 288 million.
Wow.
That's really good.
That's a really successful movie, I think, for that time.
Yeah. And then that's about...
And that's like a rated R movie, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Pete's internet just went kibosh. Oh, wait, he's back.
There he is. All right. But Coming to America 2, we're reviewing next week, comes out on Amazon Prime on Friday. So be on the lookout for that. Boom. So what have we been watching outside of our normal homework stuff?
Honestly, I haven't been watching. I've been playing, so I'm going to skip this section.
Okay. I've been power watching Justified. I'm on the last season right now. Thoroughly enjoying the show. Again, for like the second time.
That's with Ray Oliphant?
Timothy Oliphant.
Timothy Oliphant, that's what I meant, sorry.
And Walton Goggins. Great show.
You like Walton Goggins, eh?
I do. I should watch that show then.
Yeah, you actually, if you've never seen that show, you definitely should.
Okay. That's FX?
Definitely. Yeah, that's on FX, but
Hulu
I have all of the seasons on my Vudu.
Oh, okay. You already have them all? Okay, I gotta watch it there then.
Yeah. It's definitely good. But Pete, have you watched anything?
I've been power watching the Wire also. So yeah, shut up, man. Actually, so I finished season 4 the other day, and I almost like power watched the whole thing last night of season 5. It's 5 seasons, so I'm trying to finish it up. I think I'm in episode 9 already, and so I only got 3-4 episodes left and all that stuff. But no, that show is an excellent show, man. I know I talked about it before, but it's probably the most. It feels like you're watching sometimes it feels like you're watching Law and Order, but the thing I love about the show is it really gives you a realistic glimpse of how a huge metropolitan city works, and everything about it. You know what I'm saying? The whole now it's not only just focusing on the police, it's not only focusing on the criminals they're after, like the drug dealers are after, but it's also focusing on the politics, the school district or system, the newspaper. This season was focused on the newspaper over there, the Baltimore Sun, and the people work there. I mean, it's pretty intricate. It's pretty intricate, everything that they focus on, and how everything works and all that stuff, and how no matter how hard the police try, or even how it doesn't matter really, because it's the politics that really get in the way with everything, the spending and everything else that happens. So it's pretty crazy when you think about it. And everybody in that city, how they're affected by things like that. It's like I said, it's a well done show. Definitely worth watching. And something I definitely, like I said, if you guys got a chance to start watching that show, man, it's really good.
All right.
That's on HBO Max.
With
HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's with Idris Elba, right?
Idris Elba. I'm trying to think what other actors besides that, besides him. Nobody. I don't know the other actors' names. They are good actors and all that stuff. Like I said, I can't think of the actors' names right now, but yeah, it's an excellent show though. Definitely worth watching.
Did you know that Idris actually faked his American accent, pretty much most of the filming of the show, most of the filming of at least the first season was because the producers and director wanted to have an American play his character, and he faked the American accent the whole way through until halfway in, he changed the accent and he got to his British accent, and they're like, "Are you British?" He's like, "Yeah, I am." They're like, "Oh, well, you're doing a good job."
That's funny. So they didn't know themselves he is British.
They didn't know, and he knew he knew he had to fake it the whole entire time, and so he just kept doing doing an American accent the whole entire time until he just one day he's like, "You know what? I'm already in the show, so let me just go ahead and slip up real quick."
That's funny, man. No, he does great in the show and all that stuff. And but like I said, dude, I think it's one of the best, probably one of the best scripted shows I've seen. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to it's like I said, it feels realistic. The show feels real. So definitely, I highly recommend it. And hopefully by I'm pretty sure I'll finish up in the next couple of days. So.
All right, sounds good. You
know who else? You know who else is in the show? The guy who, who's a preacher over there in The Walking Dead.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel's on the show also. Also, Littlefinger's on the show also. He actually plays a mayor. He actually becomes the mayor over there of Baltimore. So he's he's in the show also, Littlefinger. So
scumbag. What have you been playing? I'll go first. Well, go ahead, Pete.
Oh, what have I been playing?
No. I was saying, what were you going to say? You were saying something.
No. He's kind of a little, somewhat a sleazy politician in that one as well. So, and then The Wire also. So, not that far off.
So, what have we been playing? I'll go first. Call of Duty Cold War. The new zombie map came out. It's pretty freaking cool. You can spend hours on playing it. It's freaking fantastic. Call of Duty is just revamped everything. And then with Warzone wise, they made some changes to it to where now the ship that was supposed to be off in the distance has now crash landed into the island where you guys land on. And if you go there and you hit a button and there's a bunch of zombies that come out in that ship, you have to kill them all. And something happens, but I haven't got to that point yet because each time I go there, there's usually 20 other people there, and they all "Oh, this is free game for everyone. Let me just go ahead and shoot everyone." And so I ended up getting shot and never actually really saw what happens after you kill the 40 zombies. They're there. But anyway, that's what I've been playing mostly. What about you guys? Go with Pete first.
I've played and beaten Katana Zero. I believe I've talked about it before. It's a 2D indie game. where I play this little samurai who goes out there and pretty much cuts up all, you're kind of the hitman. And it's kind of like one of those things where it's, one kill, like, what I'm saying? But you get to kind of rewind the level, the stages, and replay them again and all that stuff. It's pretty good, pretty awesome game. Beat it. Kind of dark. It's a pretty dark game. The content and everything. It's got a little bit crazy too, but definitely a fun game to play and all that stuff. If you haven't played it, it's definitely challenging, but it's not something where it's punishing you. So that makes sense.
Okay.
Played that. I've been playing. I believe I talked about last time. Mortal Kombat 11 story mode.
Yep.
That's about it for now. I haven't played anything else besides that.
Okay. Anthony?
So I popped in some Madden 21. By popped in, I mean download it. And I played one game. So it was the Giants preseason game against the Jets, and I handled business 24-0
Oh, yeah, whatever, dude.
So that happened. Even Colt McCoy got in on the touchdown parade.
Only Madden, of course, you can win.
I'm pretty sure Giants will beat the Jets this year. But
not anymore.
Let's see. What else have I been playing? Oh, I beat the medium since the last time we talked. It's a slow story-driven game, but if you want a intense story, a deep story, and what I mean by that is like the content of it is like, oh shit, that's in a video game. They're talking about like that kind of abuse in a video game. Like it's pretty. It's like it's unsettling, like the content of it. And like why stuff is the way it is, but it's good, and I really like the way the game ends. It leaves it open for interpretation, where it doesn't give you like a true resolve. You can kind of say, okay, this is what happened, or okay, this is what happened. It lets you kind of like create your own ending. So I did that, and then I started playing the Batman Telltale games. So have you played them, Chris?
Yes, both of them.
The first, so I'm in the first one. I'm on chapter 3. The story's fantastic. Like I kind of wish they'd make a movie on it. Like it's like that good. So Pete, have you played them?
Which game?
The Batman Telltale game.
Yes, they're fun, dude.
Okay. So I didn't want to spoil anything because I know you.
Well, how far did you get? Where did you get though?
I'm in the. So basically, like Two-Face just became Two-Face. Like you had to choose between saving.
Where you like. He's doing the whatchamacallit, he is doing the like running for mayor or whatever, or running for something.
So they were having the debate, and Penguin came in and basically like shot up the debate, and then you had to choose to save Catwoman or Two-Face.
You say Catwoman or Two-Face, right?
Of course I said Catwoman over Two-Face. Get Harvey out of my face. Dude, this is after Harvey's like, hey, I'm going to run your name through the mud, but just keep sending me money. And then it's like, yeah, that's the guy I'm going to save? Yeah, get this guy out of my face. But dude, just like the whole backstory of like how the Falcones and Hill and the Waynes were like running the city like all like crooked, and then you see that like Thomas Wayne like had Oswald Cobblepot's mom like institutionalized to get her property and stuff like that, and you're just like, ooh, this is some like deep stuff right here. Yeah. So I'm like, man, I kind of wish like they'd make like a series and keep going with this, but it's really good. It's dude, when playing through the chapters, it doesn't feel like you're playing a game, or it doesn't even feel like it feels like you're just watching an episode of a TV show, and you're kind of like,
exactly.
You're like, dude, just give me the next like piece. I want to see what's gonna happen. Like this is good stuff. Honestly, it's the best Telltale games. Like I like it. Like I know Walking Dead always gets the praise. I think these ones are better than the Walking Dead ones personally.
Yeah, it was a really. I remember playing it. I was definitely really it was excellent. I went zipped right through it. I don't think I played the story after
the Enemy Within.
Yeah, I don't know if I played that one.
Did you play that one, Chris?
Oh yes,
is
absolutely.
That better, or it's just the same?
Pretty much. Imagine this: like the story can go either fact, like because Joker is trying to find out his voice and whatnot, and the way you deal with the story, whether or not if he actually becomes the Joker or he does not.
That's kind of interesting. So when you guys played it, I'm taking it was a while ago. So have you guys played it since they added the shadow mode?
Which is the black and white, red and red.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that is freaking cool as hell, man. It is like you're watching like remember how they filmed Sin City? Yeah, like dude, it is like you're like Batman but Sin City. It's so cool. It's all black and white with like special like stuff that's going on is in color, and it looks so cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
cool.
but yeah, but that's pretty much all I've been playing. I mean, I've been doing like the same old Rocket League, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's I'm like knee deep in that game. I'm in chapter 3, so I think I'm about halfway through it. So
yeah, I think there's 5 episodes, 4 or 5. But yeah, all right.
Yeah, fantastic though. I'm disappointed I waited this long, but I'm happy I'm playing it now. See, those were the backwards compatible games I'm talking about. So,
bro, I played that game like years ago, man.
Dude, last year I beat Arkham Origins. That's an old game too. So
yeah, it is true. You know what? I'll be honest, man. I have Arkham Asylum. I have not played that yet. I kind of want to go back and play
that game's really good.
Yeah, the game's good.
It's definitely more linear than the other ones, but it's really good.
I mean, I think playing Arkham City was so like literally that was just almost like a culture shock playing that game, dude. Because I'm like, holy crap, this is how
like
Batman. This is how Batman in a video game supposed to play like. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of like it was one of those things where like, oh
there's
my
some
god,
really cool stuff that happens, and yeah, there's some really cool stuff that happens in Arkham Asylum though that I feel like because of the linear take of that game, it has some cool moments in it that you don't get to experience in more open world setting, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Because it showed though, like Batman always has the best video game, so doesn't he?
Dude,
really
Batman even has the best movies, man. Like, I mean, dude, like at the end of the day, like, the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, don't get me wrong, what MCU has done is otherworldly. Like, I mean, 20 something movies, and dude, it's the payoffs you get. But dude, Dark Knight trilogy for like just 3 movies, fantastic. Can't touch it.
Dude, you know what's funny though? So if it wasn't for Batman, would DC even be on the map sometimes?
No.
It's a question that needs to be asked.
Nolan is the one who started actually the DCEU because he actually ended up writing Man of Steel. He co-wrote Man of Steel.
I wish he would have directed it.
Yeah, wish that too. But I mean,
don't get me wrong. Superman's a huge DC character also, and they have some other characters that are big too. I mean,
I don't think Superman pulls the money that Batman pulls though.
No, but to be honest, dude, I mean, I like the Flash. I like some of the others, but to be honest, Batman is like literally my number one. And when it comes to DC, dude, if it wasn't for Batman, dude, I don't know if I'll be have any interest in that. I'm
Batman,
more like
I think Batman's my number one comic book character. Like, not necessarily like my favorite, just like for franchise wise. I think I have to say Batman and then probably X-Men.
Well, it's funny though because when it comes to I mean, I'm big Spider-Man, big Wolverine, X-Men and the other characters. But like when it comes to like, I have to put honestly Batman right up there with them though, because like I've always ever since Batman the Animated Series and even Tim Burton Batman movie, I've always kind of been big on Batman. So yeah, dude, it's the one thing that DC has, and man, that's always gonna like I'm always gonna go back and still be a fan of. So.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I can't wait for that fucking that movie too to come out also. Then that the version of Batman, whatever.
The Batman.
The Batman.
Oh, the Batman.
Dude, I swear to God, if that's as good as what they showed in that trailer, man, that movie's gonna be awesome.
So what's the bonus homework this week, Chris? I know there's Coming to America, but
I don't know. You got something? You want to do? I mean, I would say Raya, but I don't expect you guys to pay the $30.
Doesn't something come out on? Doesn't something come out on the 4th?
Not that I know of. What, on Netflix?
The Pacific Rim, the Black anime.
Oh yeah,
but that's not what I'm thinking of. No, maybe it's not on that. What's coming out on Hulu?
I mean, we didn't see how Disney Plus is raising the prices to $7.99 a month.
Oh, it's the SpongeBob movie, but that's on CBS. Like whatever you call it. That's what I'm thinking of. That's on Paramount Plus.
Which actually starts tomorrow, and tonight is your last time to get your year free subscription for $30.
You can get a year for $30?
Yes.
What? How do you get that?
There's a link. You pretty much you type it in that they say like, oh, get your Paramount Plus now for $30 for a year. For the year. And it's like compared to $60.
Now. Oh, it says it's $60.
Hold on.
With limited commercials?
Paramount Plus. Plus deal.
By the way, guys, I just want to say one thing. I know, like, you guys are not like, well, not you, and I know you loved your NXT or whatever, but that bump that like Shaq took is ridiculous. I just saw like the thing and all that. He literally was on the apron. He got like, you gotta watch this thing, man. It's pretty crazy the bump that Shaq took.
I'll watch it. I seen that Adam Cole, baby, is fighting for the title next week.
Nice, very nice. I'm pretty amazed, like a guy like Shaq, who's like, I don't know, probably close to 50 now, can take that bump.
There you go. I think I sent it to you. Let's go commercial free.
Oh, today's total. I got it. $30 for a year.
Yep. With limited commercials, right?
Yeah, with limited commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to do that because I wanted to watch the Stand in Picard.
But anyway, that's all I got. You guys got anything else?
Yeah. I'm good. Till next week.
All right, man, me too, yeah. I gotta watch my AEW, so.
All right. Until then, we'll see you guys next week.